Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast Live. Supposed to be Sunday night, but Monday night edition. Yes. As you know, yesterday was Easter Sunday, so we decided to take the day off and let everybody enjoy that time with their loved ones. I hope you all did. But here we are tonight. We are right back in business, and we're going to talk some sports like we always do. Transformer not available tonight, so look who's filling in. Number one member of the channel, Laker Nation. Laker Nation, what's good, brother? How are you?
What's good? We got nobody in the studio.
We got a few.
Everything is good. You know, it was a good busy weekend for me. And of course, you know, the playoffs started.
Mm-hmm.
And
everything's good.
It was a fun weekend.
Oh, it was a fun weekend. It wouldn't have been fun if I was a member of Laker Nation. I'm just saying. But you know,
there you go trolling. You're already starting to troll. All right, it's gonna be a fun show. But to everyone that's on the show, and we'll announce it again later. We're gonna have a special treat for you next Saturday. I'm launching my sports podcast finally. It's on the tagline, Be Ready Sports Podcast. Bruce kind of inspired me to get going because I've been talking about it, and he was like, man, just get started.
That's it.
So he kind of pushed me. He's been a mentor to me to get this going. So shout out to Bruce. And with that being said, it's only fitting that my first guest on my podcast will be yours truly, Mr. Bruce.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I'm excited, man. I am excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. And Steve, come on, because we're gonna be talking about your Irish. So
there you go.
So come on over.
The topics in that. If you guys haven't already, man, head over on YouTube to the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to that so that you're made aware whenever he's dropping new content, man. We're excited and looking forward to the opportunity to see somebody else go ahead and just take the opportunity to get out there and give their thoughts and present sports through their own lens, man. So we're definitely looking forward to that. Kareem Duncombe, what's up, brother? What's up? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Tyler, what's good? Good to have you here, man. Good to have you. I haven't seen you for a while. Sid Bubba, how you doing, Chief? Shout out to you and shout out to them boys from Annapolis. Anchors away, Chief.
And shout out to the king of the chat, Steve.
That's it. Steve, king of the chat. Young Disciple, what's good, man? Good to see you here. Yeah, it definitely was a shocker, but I think you're going to be surprised at the commentary that I'm going to have when we get around to that topic, man. So, yeah. But let's get right to it, man. No quick hits tonight. We're going to go straight into the main topics, y'all. Here we go. We are going to start with, guess who? Cooper Flag.
Hold on, Bruce.
Yes.
You got to get shout out to your B-More guy, Brucey Bruce.
Did I not?
No, man, we can't leave him hanging.
We cannot.
Shout out to Brucey Bruce out there. I got you, Bruce. I got you.
Shout out, Bruce. What's going on, man? What's going on? Good to see you here. My bad. I thought I shouted you out. My apologies. All right. Okay, Edward, what's going on, Edward? What's going on, man? Shout out to you too. All right, y'all, let's rock and roll, man. Let's rock and roll. So if y'all remember, maybe about a month ago now, a little more than that, Bruce and I had our show where we did some debated a few topics. And one of the topics that we debated was if they both come out in the same draft this year, who should be number one overall? Not Oliver Queen, but Derek Queen from Baltimore, of course. And right. Or Cooper Flag, the phenom out of Duke. And so we talked about that for a while, and I was leaning towards Cooper Flag. Bruce was leaning towards Derek Queen. Both of them definitely outstanding prospects. Coincidentally, those guys were teammates last year on, what was that? Is it Mount Verde? Mount Verde Academy, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, they were teammates last year in high school. Both of them standout freshmen. And now Cooper Flagg earlier today has announced that he will be making his way, taking his talents, as it would be, to the NBA. Right, he's declared for the draft. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do. Also looking forward to seeing if Derek Queen is going to announce that he's coming out for the draft as well. Definitely looking forward to it.
He,
Uh,
he should. He's gonna be he's gonna be a lottery pick
yeah, I would think so.
because
I
there's a
would.
lot of teams that could use him.
Steve, Jesus. Steve is an idiot. Let me get out of here, man. You monitor the chat, Laker Nation.
Get it, hey, get it going, Steve. I'll get on. I'll get on there.
Oh my goodness. But no, so
Steve. Steve.
so Cooper Flag easily. A matter of fact, he won the Wooden this year, right? He won the Wooden and the Naismith as Player of the Year in college basketball.
Okay.
Took his team to the Elite Eight, came up just short, but a heck of a player overall. So we one of the things I like about him, he's got a really good combination of athleticism, but also skill set, right? He's got the footwork. That was real good. I love how he did that without traveling. The beautiful pivot into the fadeaway jumper. We saw him explode and really, boom on somebody on that first play. Even though, he's only 18 years old by the time he gets into the league, so he has plenty of time to get into his man body, quote unquote. We can see that he's strong enough to finish through contact, at least at the collegiate level. When he gets out in transition, he wants to make a highlight, which is something that they want in the NBA, right? Shows a little bit of handle there, a little bit of vision, good interior passing. Just in my estimation, I think he's a worthy number one pick. But Laker Nation, you weren't as high on Cooper Flag at the next level as I am. So tell me about that. And tell me about that and tell me why you don't think that he's going to be
That was
maybe
nasty.
what a lot of people think he might be.
Well, first up, Tyler. If you can put his chat on the screen, Tyler said
Yeah.
um, he declared last week on on his Twitter.
Okay.
When
Okay.
when
Good. Why did nobody? Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it didn't get no headlines,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that'll be dope, man. Like I said, he'll be a lottery pick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
His game is built for the NBA. But I know we're talking about Coop
Mm-hmm.
Flag. I think first thing I'm gonna say is I think his people, talk some sense into him because when you're slated to be number one in the draft, you
Mm-hmm.
should go
Yeah.
because
Agreed.
a lot can happen in a year
Right.
while your stock is up. You need to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Now,
Strike the iron's hot.
yeah. Now, what I said originally, I probably don't remember what I said word for word,
Mm-hmm.
but I did say he's not gonna be as big as everybody thinks he's gonna be
Okay.
in the NBA. But that doesn't mean he won't he won't make noise. You know, I think based on after I said that he that was before the March Madness tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That was before the March Madness tournament. He had a very solid um, March Madness tournament,
He did.
and he was one shot away from going into the pushing them,
The
taking them
final
into the
four, yeah.
championship. So that I got to give respect. Respect is where respect is due. I can't be
Mm-hmm.
biased. You know, based on how I feel about somebody, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Like
Right. True indeed.
he carried the squad and was one shot away from getting them into the national championship game. So kudos to
Mm-hmm.
him. So with that said, now I'm not gonna renege on what I said because
Fair enough.
Bruce and Brucey in the chat, you know the game. You can't be reneging.
Right. Right. Right.
Especially to all my spade players out there, you can't be reneging. But what I will say is I am pushing for him to make me eat my words.
Mm-hmm.
I will be happy to go on my podcast. I'll be happy to go on Bruce's podcast and say I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope he makes me eat my words because I want to be wrong. Because
Right.
I'm a Duke fan too.
Okay.
So we only have a handful that come out of Duke that make noise in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a lot of, you know, bus. So I want him to, succeed. And we need an American. He's
Yeah.
not trying to put race in it, but we need an American.
Totally get it.
You say what?
I said totally get it. A white American superstar.
We
Yeah.
needed one. We ain't had one since Larry Legend. So we need one. We need one to carry the torch. Tired of seeing all these Europeans coming in here trying to take over our sport, talking about our game and all that.
Right. Right.
You
Hey,
know,
Laker Nation, we ain't had one since who? Say that again.
really.
What?
We're not doing this, Bruce.
What? I was just at what? I just want to make sure I heard
Said
properly.
since Larry. I said we haven't had one since Larry Legend.
Yeah.
When you say Legend, you gotta put that finger up. Larry Legend, since Larry Legend.
No doubt. No doubt. No, I agree. I agree.
And this is not a disclaimer. One of the very few Celtics that I respect.
Right. I
As a
get it.
Laker fan, that just shows how impressive Larry Bird was.
Right. Right.
To get Laker fans to say, yeah, we got a lot of respect for him.
No, no doubt.
But back to Cooper.
Yes.
Like I said, I hope he makes me eat my words. Something about that number 2 though. Like,
yes, that's it, Bubba.
You wear number 2 at Duke. You tend to do something in the league when you wear that number 2 at Duke.
Who else wore 2 at Duke?
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay. But he's like the only other one though.
Kyrie Irving, man.
Okay, all right. So my thing is this, right? I think that the way the modern NBA is played with all this spacing and all that, I think it's perfect for a guy like Cooper Flag. There's way more spacing in the NBA than there is in college, which is crazy, right? They defend a lot harder in college for the most part. So I think that
courts are bigger too. I said the courts are bigger too.
Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, there you go. So I definitely feel like again, I'm not at all trying to say he's going to be Larry Bird. Like, that's absurd. There's never going to be another Bird, right? Just like there's never going to be another Magic. That is what that is. But I think he has an opportunity to be a really good NBA player. Say again.
I like what you did there.
Yeah.
I gave respect to one of your Celtics. Now you're gonna give the respect to a Laker. I respect you for that, Bruce. Good job.
It's not about that, man. You already know. Magic is my number 2 player of all time. So you already know what that is. So I mean, But anyway, yeah, I think that the way the game is in the modern NBA, I think it's really well set for him to have some success.
Yeah. It also depends on who he goes to. What I would love to see for Cooper Flag if somebody just hits a Hail Mary and shock and get that number 1, like San Antonio, for example.
Oh my gosh. If San Antonio gets that, then we know this thing is fixed. Funny thing.
I'm just saying, I would rather see him. He needs to be in the right. He's a system player.
I can see that. Okay.
He needs to be in the right system. And I think San Antonio will be the perfect system for him. They play unselfish basketball, which suits his game. And he got some dogs over there too. Already.
So you don't think he could fit in Utah with him and what's his name? Laurie Markkinen?
Utah don't do a good job of honing in their stars, man.
You understand who the GM is there now, right?
Who's the GM?
Traded Danny.
Man.
Danny Ainge. We know he can build a team, right? We know he can build a team. We haven't seen it yet, but we know he can.
I don't want to speak on Danny. I don't want to. That
Fair
name
enough.
is not coming out of my mouth.
I got you.
I want to punch that man in the mouth since what he did what he did with KG and what he said afterwards. I ain't training nothing to the Lakers.
Hey, I wouldn't either.
Okay. Funny lip mother.
Yo, quick side note. Danny Ainge, a lot of people don't know this. Danny Ainge is one of the greatest high school athletes in American history. It's just crazy to think about, right? He's the only dude, if I'm not mistaken, to have Division I scholarships in football, baseball, in 3 sports: football, baseball, and basketball. Like, nobody else has done that. Like, Danny Ainge was a real deal coming out of high school. Anyway, that's a But yeah, if anybody can, if he goes to Utah, if anybody can put a team together that could be competitive, I think it's Danny Ainge. But we'll see.
He had a team out there. They had a team. They had a team out there. I'm not sure. I don't think Danny Ainge put them together,
Yes, Steve.
but knowing how this dude that runs the league operates, he's going to try to get him in a market
Mm,
where
right.
they can capitalize on his name. So I don't.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't see him going to Utah would make business sense for the league. But I know San Antonio is not a major market, but they
Yeah.
they have a reputation.
That would
And
be crazy to think. You got young Stephon Castle, Wemby, providing he come back healthy, God willing, and then a Cooper Flag. That would be nuts. But then again, if you somehow finagle Cooper Flag to San Antonio, it would be obvious that the draft lottery is fixed. Like, come on, man.
it ain't the first time they even fixed the lottery.
Yeah, but it would be like too obvious. Like, how could you argue it at that point? It would be too obvious.
You probably gonna disagree with this, but they did it for
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem. They keep him in Houston. They
You
did
think
it.
so?
They did it for Ewing. For him to go to New York.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ewing was the first year of the draft lottery. So prior to that, there was no draft lottery. So I think it was just the worst team at the top pick. So Ewing in 85 was the first year of the draft lottery. But LeBron said that he believes that they fixed it for him to be in Cleveland. And I think he said, what was the other one?
Yeah, he said that
Oh,
on the he said that
that on McAfee, right?
on one of them podcasts. I think it was McAfee's show. He
Yeah, I
said,
believe so. Uh-huh.
yeah.
So
But it wouldn't be the first time. Like, how in the world did Magic end up going to the Lakers? And the Lakers,
it was a coin flip thing. So it was
so
they
I'm just
somehow
saying they
matched up with Chicago. And he said if Chicago takes him, he's going back to college. Oh man,
I
which is
mean,
crazy though, because Magic being from Michigan, you would think like Chicago would be decent. I think he probably wanted to play for Detroit, but Chicago wouldn't have been bad. It would have been in proximity to him being home.
yeah, but I think Chicago made out very well.
I'd say so. It took a few years later, but I'd say so.
Yeah, I think they did pretty good. I wish they could get back there though.
Yeah, well,
But that's one of the few teams that I think that'll make sense. Um, Washington,
that
no,
franchise is cursed, man. They just can't get it right. I don't know what is wrong with them. They just can't figure out how to get it right.
in Charlotte, I don't him and Melo
No, I don't want him
together.
with man.
It's
That'd
not
ruin.
going to work.
Nah.
Yeah, them the only. There's one more team that got
Oh
14.
yeah, you're right, Tyler. That's a good point.
I think. Well, he'll. Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
yeah. They got Derrick Rose, and if it wasn't for his injury, I think um that would have he would have made some history with Chicago.
Yeah, I think that could have panned out.
But
Yeah.
what was the other team that got 14% chance? There's three teams.
Uh,
Is Charlotte, Washington,
and Utah, I think. Yeah.
and Utah's the third one. They got 14% chance. No, I don't think it was them. They got 14%
No.
of winning the lottery.
Uh.
Man, we gotta do better, Bruce.
Yeah. I didn't think. I wasn't thinking as far as draft lottery, but you know what? Give me a second, and I will find out.
Yeah, we gotta do better. Somebody in the chat help us out. Where's your data guy? Was it Tyler?
Yeah.
Help us out, Tyler. Who's the other one that's heavy favorite to get the number one pick? I know San Antonio only got a 7% chance.
Okay, so yeah, it's Charlotte, Utah, and Washington, all at 14%.
It was
The
Utah.
Pelicans at 12.5%.
I don't want
The
to see him
Sixers at 10.5%. The Nets at 9%. The Raptors 7.5%. Spurs 6%. Houston Rockets via Phoenix 3.8%. Portland Trailblazers 3.7%. Mavs 1.8%. Bulls 1.7%. Kings 0.8%. And Spurs via Atlanta 8.7. So
I
there you
wouldn't,
go.
but I wouldn't be. Shit, excuse me, Bruce.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody trade their house to move them to a number one pick and try to get them.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But it's like, man, to your point, I don't want him in Washington because they're just a bad franchise. Utah, like you said, it's a terrible market. Charlotte, like playing with LaMelo, I think is going to ruin him.
No, they
No.
might move if they draft Cooper Flag number
Mhm.
one. They may Melo's getting traded. I called it.
Isn't he making like $230 million?
Yeah, but he's been talking about he don't want to be there anyway. So
Really?
yeah, he kind
Listen.
of he reneged it to try to
Mhm.
save face, but toward the during the season he was making hints that he
Mm.
wants to play there next year.
I think
But
he's overpaid anyway. But I mean, not to hate on the man getting dough, but he's a
yeah,
dude. He's all sizzle, no steak, and all those numbers he puts up, they're terrible.
no,
They
no,
freaking don't contribute to winning. He doesn't play any defense. He's got some of the worst shot selection in the league. That dude is bad. He's
hey,
bad.
careful, Bruce. Just because Lamar got one leg, don't mean he won't pull up on you.
Man, I'm not worried about that, man. I live
Well,
in Florida.
I'm
No,
just
say it.
I'm just messing with you.
Nah,
But yeah, if Charlotte gets the number one pick, don't be surprised if Melo isn't moved because anybody with basketball common sense know them two can't play. Won't be able to play together.
right, right. And you also don't want a guy who plays like LaMelo, tainting your new guy. You don't want that.
True.
Because I mean, even though it's only been 1 year, Cooper Flag played at Duke, so you know that he was drilled in playing the right way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you don't want that.
And I was going to say Dallas, like Tyler is saying, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't. If the rumors are true, they're trying to get Kevin Durant.
That's what I was about to bring up.
I don't think they're going to sell
Right,
house money to get a
right,
rookie
mm-hmm.
when they're trying to win now.
Right.
Because Nico's job is going to be on the hot seat next year.
Oh, it sure is. And you know what? That's messed up because he only did the owner's bidding with this whole Luka thing, and they
Yeah,
will fire him.
yeah,
They'll
but
let him.
they got to have. But the owners are not going to is not going to answer for what they do. I see your dog's tail in
Right.
the background. You want to be part of the show?
I know,
Um,
right?
but they're going to have these owners always have a scapegoat when they make a mistake, and the
Mm-hmm.
person that's going to bear the brunt of it is going to be either Jason Kidd or
Mm-hmm.
Nico. But I think Nico will be first. They'll
I
be a
think
dang old fool if they let Jason Kidd go. He
yeah.
is one heck. I don't like the dude, but he is one heck of a coach.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed. Like I said, I don't like the idea of it being Nico because he was just following orders, but unfortunately, that's the way the game goes. At least he'd be compensated handsomely for it.
But I know this is not a Nico topic, but they kind of did that man disrespectful,
Oh yeah.
asking him, telling them asking him, do we think he should be fired? Like that is not a question you ask somebody.
Mm.
What do you think he's supposed to say? Yo, yeah, I deserve to get fired. No.
Right. Exactly. Dallas makes too much sense for Flag playing alongside Kyrie and AD would be that would be nasty. That would be nasty.
I mean, that'll probably make ease the tension in Dallas since they
Yeah.
traded Luka.
Yeah, they are really upset, man.
But the only reason why I don't like that for him because they're gonna label him Luka 2.0, and he don't need to be labeled.
Oh
He don't need
no,
to be labeled after nobody.
he doesn't play anything like Luka though. Like they're totally different players. So like, yeah,
But
I get though.
when you lose somebody that's adored by the city like that, and you replace them that quick with somebody that has a game kind of suitor. Wow, similar to his. Like that'll be
I
the
don't.
worst. That'll be the worst thing for him because they'll be calling him Luka 2.0 and all that in Dallas. And
But that's just it. I don't think his game is anything like Luka's. So like that would be silly to call him that. I don't think they play anything alike.
But
Cooper
the city
is physical, athletic. He likes to play defense. Like they don't play anything alike.
But the city is hurting.
Yeah.
They hurting.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be long before they run AD out of town if you don't stay off the injury list.
I know, right? Street
So
clothes.
so
Yeah.
I mean that city is hurting for a star.
Yes, it is. Yes,
And
it is.
and it be yeah. That's the only thing other than on the basketball wise, you know, he's going he'll learn a lot from Kyrie. I think Kyrie
Hmm.
will take him under his wing
Hmm.
and treat him like a little brother and help his game long term.
Oh yeah. I mean,
He
I'm
won't
sure
he won't have the burden of trying to
you know.
carry the franchise right away if he goes to like Washington.
Right.
And then you don't want him with Jordan Poole either, because
Oh
he gonna sidetrack him with the baddies in the
yeah.
city.
Yeah, that's another one. Hmm. Right. And at 18, like he needs to be around like some
He
good
need
vets.
he needs some good vets, yeah, because
Correct.
he gonna be making that cat. He's gonna be making that first round money,
Hmm.
and and girls gonna be all over him,
Hmm.
and so he gonna need that. He's gonna need that guidance so he doesn't make a mistake.
Probably Gafford, Edward. Probably Gafford. Yeah, Gafford, I think.
Yeah, or Derek, or they probably move Lively over there too.
Yep, that's another. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I'll start Lively and then have Galford come in off the bench.
Okay, there you go. You got it. You got options. There you go.
Yeah, 'cause Lively starting alongside AD makes more sense to me because Galford can just come in off the bench with no pressure and just make noise.
Yeah, true indeed. All right, well, let's go ahead. We're going to open up these phone lines. We'll take two calls on this topic. Y'all know the number, but if you don't, it's on the screen. Go ahead, give us a shout.
And holla
Uh,
at your boy.
yeah, yeah. Give us your thoughts on Cooper Flag, where you think he might end up, what you think he might be, how good you think he might be on the next level. Easy, Steve, easy. Let the legend rest, man. Let the legend rest. Oh man.
Steve, Steve brightens up the show, man.
Sure does, man. He's king of the chat, man.
And he's not on the show. He's not on the show. He will be missed.
Yes, it's not the same.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, I said it, Steve.
but yeah, I just think that the modern NBA is really a good fit for his skill set, and I like that he plays aggressive, and I like that he seems to want to play physical, and I'm curious to know like what an NBA training staff is going to do with him because he's only 18. Like, are they going to get him in the weight room? Are they going to work his strength and explosiveness? Or are they going to have him on all these bands and all this foolishness? Because he's like 6'9". So he probably could be, he probably could hit 6'10", be a little taller by the time he's done growing. So if you do that and really, like I would be trying to turn him into like a white Giannis. You know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to pack that muscle on, get that explosiveness, and just turn him into a monster physically.
Turn him into who?
In terms of the physical build and explosiveness, turn him into a white Giannis.
Bro, there's only going to be one Giannis.
I understand. I'm not saying that he could be Giannis. I just mean in terms of, the body work. That's what I'm talking about.
He got to be willing to put in the work. Because Giannis came from nothing and put in that work
Yes, he did.
to get that bill. He was a 2 pick when he came in the league.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was frail.
Yeah, Coop is bigger than Giannis was when he came in the league now.
Right. But I mean, Cooper Flag is at what? Basically a year of Division One training, Division One sports training. So it's not like he hasn't been in the weight room. When you look at him, you can see it. You can see he's been in the weight room.
It just depends on San Antonio is very good at developing players.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Just ask why.
You got off that one team, how many of them is in the Hall of Fame? Manu, Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're gonna be in the Hall of Fame if they went somewhere else? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. I don't. And I mean, Manu could play, but I don't see it.
He was Hooper, but he would have been another European that can play.
Right. Same with Tony Parker.
But but San Antonio is very good at developing their players. So.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell Coop to stay away from them cheeseburgers and fries.
Well, hey, he's Coop, not Zion, so
No, I was thinking about that Browns quarterback that was a number one pick that was highly touted, and he had to change his diet. I can't remember the
You said
boys.
Browns?
Yeah, who came in? He came in eating cheeseburgers and stuff, and not taking care of his body his rookie year, and got
No.
beat up, and then he had to change his diet up. I hope we don't be like him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was thinking, Jamarcus Russell, but he went to the Raiders. That's why I was like, Browns?
Nah, it was. I don't know why I brought him up because he was. I don't like saying bringing people racist, but he was another Caucasian. I ain't gonna say WB. I'm gonna just say Caucasian.
I got you.
No, and it wasn't Ryan Leaf.
Jared Lorenzen, hefty lefty. It definitely wasn't Baker. Definitely wasn't Baker.
No, it wasn't Baker.
All right, let's take this call.
It was back. It was way back in the early 2000s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Jared Lorenzen. I think that was probably him. He ended up playing for the Giants. They called him the hefty lefty. Nah, I don't think it was Brandon Whedon. He was not bulky like that, Tyler. Anyway, Bruce, what's going on, man?
What you doing tonight, man?
We're doing all right, brother. How about you?
How you doing, Laker Nation? How you feeling? Hey, Laker Nation. My brother, Laker Nation.
Can I answer your first question?
Hey, man, I was just messing with you, man. When I was saying that shit in the chat earlier. Congratulations on the new pod. I will subscribe, and I will be in there to get on your nerves too. So be ready.
You'd never get on my nerves, Bruce.
But I'm most definitely ready for the show. I will be a supporter. So yeah, most definitely. So Cooper Flag, great man. He's a good player. He will get better. I was kind of disappointed in him, even though I say Derek Queen better than him, which I still believe. I think they won A and 1B in my eyes. I just believe Derek Queen. I can't say both of them got good upside, so I'm not trying to diminish one to get like the other. Feel me?
Agreed.
I just basically got a Baltimore bias. That's all. I just love my city so much, so that's why Cooper Flag basically get the edge. But it seemed like against Auburn, when he was playing against those dogs, he wasn't as effective. Not that he's not physical enough or athletic enough to deal with dogs. I just think he need to get his bag. Got to get a little bigger.
Well,
his bag got to get bigger. As far as like him, as far as like one-on-one isolation moves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
Running, putting in hard work, he most definitely gonna be good. He's gonna have like 15 his first year. He's gonna be good.
I think so too.
But once he gets about 4 or 5 good ISO moves, not saying that he can't score in isolation. He can score like on a swing, on the swing move. He got a great first step. So that's what made Mike so great. Mike had he had no Kyrie handles and nothing like that. Mike's first step was legendary. That's what made him so. That first step was ridiculous. You feel me? But folks, it's just basically where you will go in the draft. This is the question basically is, or how will you fare in the NBA?
I mean, however you want to frame it, where do you think he might go?
Oh, he's going one. He's already it's written in stone. He already said that.
No, I mean,
but I still think the guy is a little bit more. Well, then again, I can't say that. The kid is good. It just alerted me when he was playing against those dogs, man. Against Auburn, man, he kind of went to his shell that second half. You know that stretch. They locked him up. Do great players get locked up? Did Jordan ever get locked up in the NCAA? Or did Carmelo ever get locked up? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think those special guys don't get locked up. Derek Queen just was passive. He just be too, he got a little laziness to him. He got all the skills in the world, but he's too mellow, like Melo was. But,
these guys are 18 years old, man.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
What that got to do with anything in 18? Who you know 18 had that dog in it?
No. What I'm not saying they don't have the dog. I'm just saying like there's plenty of time for them to, become what they are capable of becoming. And I believe that they're both going to be really good. I do.
Yeah, but you ever saying something about the spoilers? You ever saying something about some of the drafts are rigged for certain teams to do certain players? That's true. Cleveland did that for LeBron. But yeah, that'd be dope if he goes to San Antonio. Are they in the draft lottery this year? I don't think they're in the draft lottery.
Yeah, they are. They are.
It's the top 12, right?
Mm-hmm. But they got 2 entries into the draft lottery. They got theirs, and they got one from Atlanta, I guess, from a trade that they made with them in the past. So they have multiple entries into the draft lottery. So definitely looking forward to see where he ends up.
Oh yeah, so yeah, but Cooper Flag gonna be good, man. He all right, man, because he's a hard worker. So he ain't gonna do nothing to get better. He's like an Austin Reed. Yeah, Austin Reed. He's a hard worker, so always get better. But yeah, Cooper Flag will be good, man. You know, I'm also always gonna go with the Baltimore kid, but the kid gonna be good. But yeah,
right.
That's all I got, fellas. I ain't y'all back.
No doubt, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, Chad.
All right, Bruce.
All right.
I'm trying to think. Damn, that trade was it the Murray trade?
Is it? I thought. Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. That sounds like it makes sense. But isn't Murray in Isn't he in NO now?
Yeah, he's in New Orleans now.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Chief says it was the DeJounte Murray trade. Thank you, Chief.
That's the only trade I can think where they got their first round pick was the DeJounte Murray trade.
There you go. All right. Well, we're gonna leave it there for this topic, and let's go ahead and move on to the Warriors and the Rockets. So this one was there somebody in this chat who said that they felt like the Rockets could upset the Warriors in this series? I know I said that the Rockets weren't going to roll over and that it wasn't going to be easy, but I saw the Warriors winning. Was there somebody who picked the Rockets in this? I can't remember.
I gave them a chance.
Well, there's always a chance. That's why you play the games, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But we can't write them off after one game, Bruce.
Of course not. You can't write off anybody after one game, and we'll talk about that next. But absolutely not. I just think like the Rockets. Obviously, we know they are very good defensively, right? We know that season, but getting more towards this particular series, as we saw there, man, this playoff Jimmy thing is a real thing, isn't it?
Well, to go to your first point, Bruce,
yes.
All eyes are on the playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get past the first round, there's one game at a time, and everybody's watching.
Right.
So if they want their league to succeed, especially with all these companies investing in it, they better put their best basketball on around this time.
I mean, of course.
I guarantee you, if you go out there and you see what you saw in the regular season, just a 3-point shooting fest,
you pissed off
for 7, 8 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have some pissed off investors, because
right.
But yeah, playoff Jimmy is a thing.
It's a thing.
The only thing that I don't like that Jimmy Butler did this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Was go on that press conference and call out Buddy Hield like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Even if it was a joke.
Yeah.
You don't do that, man. You don't do that in that situation.
No, you don't.
It'd be different if that was like Bam Adebayo, somebody you done play with, or Tyler Hero, somebody you done played with for 4 and 5 years. You just got there. And you gonna tell this man, I don't want you to dribble? Like, come on now.
Excuse me.
All right, Bruce. Don't let the topic choke you up. Whatever you sipping over there got you choked up.
Nah, just some kiwi strawberry Arizona. It's not that serious. Makes a great point when he says Rockets fell prey to the officiating they gave up because of how refs called the game. I think there's some truth to that. It's not that serious, but I don't think that's the whole truth. I think the bigger problem that we just can't ignore here is we know they're going to play hard. We know they're young and athletic. We know Udoka's going to have them ready. but we also know that they don't have enough firepower, and that's going to be the problem. I think that's what I said from the beginning. They just lack the firepower. And I don't know, how you get around that unless you play some absolutely lockdown defense and hope the Warriors have some poor shooting nights, which, when you're a shooting team is prone to happen, right?
Well, you saw how they was trying to defend Steph.
They tried to get a little physical with him, and then the officials wouldn't let it happen.
There was they were duct taping themselves to him.
But that's how you got to be, though. You have to. You can't let that guy get free. You have to.
Like every switch, somebody was duct taped to him.
Yeah,
and he still got off. So
right. And we also know, again, not to do the conspiracy theory thing, but we do know that the league badly wants Lakers Warriors in the next round, right? I think we all know that. The question is, do they get it? But I think they do. But I think they definitely want that.
Here we go.
What?
Here we go.
What? No,
so the league's just gonna make it happen?
No. That's not what I'm saying. No. I don't think the league needs to make it happen.
So I guess the Rockets and Timberwolves need to fold it up, huh?
I don't think they're going to fold it up. I just don't think they're going to be able to win those series. I could be wrong, but especially the Rockets, I just don't think they have enough, right? And the T-Wolves, I can't count. We'll get to that.
But it's gonna go. This series, I'll look to go 6 at least.
Yep. That's what I got. Yeah,
I see the Rockets winning game 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they're young. I don't know if they're going to get one in Cali.
I think they can.
I don't know. But I'm not going to count out your ex-coach.
So right. That's what I'm saying. He's too good. He'll come up with something. But again, he can't come up with putting the ball in the basket when he needs to, right? That's the problem. Jalen Green, bad game last night. He needs to find somebody needs to be able to help make some shots, right? There's no other way around that.
But you got a plethora of championship experience going up against none.
That's a fact.
So they're going, Houston's gonna get a few games just on will alone. But
will, youth, athleticism, defense, right?
But that
usually wins championships, but you got to be able to score as well.
But there's something about that veteran presence that makes a difference. It still hasn't been found out how it works, but that veteran always comes out in the end. So
agreed.
They'll bait them they'll get in their heads. They'll bait them in situations. You can play your game plan as smooth as ever that Udoka put out there, but Draymond and Jimmy was two of the biggest trash talkers. They'll put that veteran experience of get in Jalen Green's head or
get
in their head and get them out their game plan, try to make them go one-on-one.
Right.
And that's what I think is going to be the difference.
By the way, Sengun can go, man. That kid is good. He's good.
I mean, we've been telling.
Yeah, we've been talking about Sengun for a minute. Yeah, he can play, man. It's just obviously, he's not going to be nearly enough.
But it's going to be a very good series. But
yeah, I think it's 6 games. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think Warriors going to take it in 6.
Yeah, good opening game. Again, I love the fact that, like I said, I love and hate the fact that we're seeing a lot of good defense so far in these playoffs. Obviously, it's only one game, but we're seeing a lot of good defense. Matter of fact, who's playing? Knicks and the Pistons are playing right now. Man,
yeah,
that on. But yeah, no, good defense, and I love it. And no, Edward, we're not talking Knicks and Pistons tonight.
I think game 2 of the Warriors and Rock, it might be tonight too.
No, the Warriors played last night. When Steph is hot, other teams start to doubt their mental game. Yeah. Steph can definitely mess with you when he starts banging from everywhere. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem.
No, it's the Clippers. It's the Clippers and
Yeah. Okay.
it's the Clippers and Denver.
That was another really good game, man. Man, too many games to go over. We're gonna have to.
I know we're talking about rock. I'm just the only thing I'm gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't make this basketball world happy. Jokic goes off. It is like, and he carries a team. He was like, okay, he ain't got no help.
Right.
He can just step up. And then when his teammates step up,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, look, Jokic his teammates carried him to the win. It's like, y'all shut up.
That's kind of true too. But I think what happens is the frustration that now you're hearing the same kind of talk that you always heard in terms of like LeBron with Jokic, like, oh, he doesn't have enough help, this, that, and the third. But he's playing in a way, with his triple-double basketball that relegates his teammates to playing in a certain way and doesn't allow them to be able to really get off and do their thing. And that's the problem, right? He only plays one side of the ball. You hear all the media giving him a pass on that. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but the fact that he's 7 feet tall, he's your center, but he's also your point center, running offense and passing the ball and all that. And so much of it is, again, driving kick, putting guys in a situation where they just got to catch and shoot. Like, and don't get me wrong, he's a very good interior passer as well. He finds cutters well at 7 feet tall, but there's a lot of driving kick. And when you play that certain way, man, it relegates guys to just waiting for the ball. Excuse me. Excuse me. And that doesn't allow guys to get into a rhythm and get into their game. So, I don't know.
You might need to get off this off the talking about Jokic, because man, you're allergic to the sun.
I'm allergic to. Nah, but
But the only way the Rockets have a chance to win this series, Sangoon and Jalen Green has to be the best duo in this series.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
They got to if they're going to get past the Warriors.
But they're not.
They got to.
I don't think they can, man.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play the games, but I just can't see it.
They got to outplay. They got to outplay them. They got to outplay them vets. Jalen Green has to go. Sangoon, them the engines of that squad. As they go, the rest of the team goes.
You know what just occurred to me offensively? Their only chance, obviously, would they have 17 turnovers the other night, led to 25 Warriors points, so they've got to take better care of the basketball. But they're a young, athletic team. Maybe they need to try to freaking run them out of the gym. Like Golden State can't run with these dudes for 7 games, so that might be something that they need to really try to make happen.
That's easier said than done. They were a sneaky good defensive team. They play as one.
Yeah.
And then you got Draymond quarterback, and he knows your offense. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. So it's
by the way,
easier said than done.
Yeah. Real quick, Laker Nation. So I put on my other screen, I put the game on, and it's a commercial, and they're showing a commercial for Celtic City. Really good show. Y'all check it out. Just saying.
Another cheap Celtics plug. Okay.
I'm just saying, if you want to know what championships look like, and if you want to know what the greatest team in NBA history looks like, then, you watch Celtic City. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Pull up the Magic documentary.
You already know where I am on that, man. You don't bother me when you talk about Magic. You do understand that, right? Because he helped to make my guys better, and he helped to make Bird better. So
yeah, but you had to put that Celtic plug in there on the Warriors Rockets topic. Come on now, Bruce.
I just saw the commercial, man. I'm just saying. But no, back to the Warriors Rockets. You ready to open up the phone line on this, man?
Yeah, I don't have too much.
Nah, me either.
The thing that is, I also don't want them to get discouraged when they play.
Right.
I'm not lockdown defense to get them to the end of the shot clock, and Steph Curry just makes a 1 in a million shot. I mean,
yeah, that's tough.
That's something you can live with.
Yeah, no, that's really tough when you're playing and like you said, you play great defense for 23 seconds and then Steph just throws up something ridiculous and you're like, come on, man. But yeah, you got to live with that. Edward, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
Man, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Maintaining, my brother. Maintaining.
Okay. What's up, Laker Nation? How you doing, man?
I'm doing chilling. Doing good.
Man, what's good? What's poppin'? Hey, look, man, Bruce, we ain't gonna talk about it, man. Show some love on here on this chat, all right?
What you talking about, man?
Man, some love, man. You got me, Young Disciple, and Sid Bubba, man. We all from the Southern, all right?
I mean, I don't know how you want me to show y'all love, but I mean, I show y'all love all the time, man.
Okay, Bruce. But anyway, let me go ahead and talk about this Golden State and Rockets game.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, we forgot about they do have some veterans on that squad.
Who, Van Vliet?
Exactly, Bruce. He won a chip.
Though.
I know that, but he has.
Okay, we lost Edward. Hopefully, he'll call right back. So,
call right back, Eddie.
Yeah, there he goes. All right, there you go, Edward.
Oh my goodness!
Up again,
Bruce. Are you blocking this man?
I'm not doing it. Nah, that's my guy. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Wow.
Edward, what's good, man?
My fault, Bruce. I don't know what's going on, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Yeah, my bad. So, yeah, but we were talking about Fred VanVleet. I mean,
yes.
He should know that team by well. He won a chip he was playing with Toronto alongside Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
And so, but to be honest with y'all, man, he's been playing very terrible this season. And I don't know what's going on.
I don't think he's been playing terrible, but I mean, what's Van Vliet been in the league? 10, 11 years now? He's not young.
Yeah, but he still should have that experience. But so it makes me think like, dang, was my brother Transformer right about Fred VanVleet? Last week when he called, he was talking about he's like, yeah, he's not a scorer, but he should know how to facilitate.
So I don't think it's that he doesn't know how to do that, but we also got to take into account, man. Udoka knows what he has on offense, and so I'm sure that his system is not made for anybody to really get off. It's made for guys to get off on defense. You just, and I think Udoka knows that. Now, depending on what they do this offseason, we'll see, but he knows what they have and don't have.
Shout out to Ime Udoka. We already going to keep that shout out. Hey,
you already know.
I already know. Oh man, but anyway, though, so it was just that then Jalen Green, he does need to play well because even these past couple of games, he's been under 10 points. He's been playing really bad. I don't know what's going on. He got that Krug over there, man. He got to probably fix some struggling meal or something. I don't know what's going on. But Sengun, he's the only one that really showed up last night.
Yeah, agreed.
And I mean, apparently that 3 points that the Thompson twin brother, they didn't do nothing to Steph because Steph was going off.
Yes, he was.
He did held him. I think it was the last game they played. He held him under just 3 points.
Yeah. Yep.
So he played bad, but they do need some help though. I mean, Dylan Brooks gonna be Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
So that's what but he has the experience as well, playoff experience. I mean, it's just that, hey, but it's just game one.
Yeah.
Hopefully they turn around in game 2, and so we should see that. But I mean, I'm surprised. Like I said, Fred, he got that. He won a chip. He should know what to be doing, though. But like you said, they got Ime Udoka over there, but something got to happen in game 2.
Nah, listen, I agree with you, Edward, man, and that's a great point. But it's again, I think Udoka is coaching to what he has offensively, and I mean, realistically, his coaching job has gotten him the number 2 seed in the West, man, and that could not have been an easy thing to do. So credit there, but and what's it's Jalen Green? He had a terrible game last night. It was like 3 of 15 or 3 of 12, something like that.
Yeah, he been playing terrible for the past 5 games.
Right. So if he can pick it up, that could be a difference. So if you get him playing a good game and then everybody else contributing a couple more points with the way they defend, now all of a sudden, you got something there, right?
That's true. And then, like, let me say this too. I know this wasn't on there, but Bruce, let me ask you this: if Giannis get put out the first round, do you see him getting requesting a trade?
Man, I hope not, but it very well could happen. I really hope not, though.
Because that was a good game they had as well, with Dame over there talking crap on the bench.
They got smoked too.
Yeah, they got smoked. But man, hey, I didn't appreciate you talking about the Grizzlies. Hey, look, man. that was crazy too. 51 points, man. Shea, he didn't do. Yeah, that was crazy. That was real crazy, man. But anyway, man, I'm gonna keep listening to the show, man. Shout out to my boy Sid Bubba in there. Hey, man, stay, man. You better not be on Third Street. You know what I mean by that. And
sure.
in the last, I know I'm gonna listen to the Minnesota and Lakers joint, man. But the last topic, JT, you already know where I'm going with. Yes, Bruce. Yes,
Edward. Yes.
All right, man. I better hear some good stuff about JT.
Hey, you be you.
You be Texas. Yeah, bread and butter, baby. Water.
All right, brother. Yeah, I forgot about the Thompson twins, and that's how bad he was playing.
Yeah.
I forgot all about him.
He did not play.
But he's more of a streaky guy, so that's why I said Jalen Green has to play through that aggressive defense that he's getting from Jimmy. He wanted to play through that. He got to help lead them boys. Sengun can't be the only one in double figures.
No, you got to figure out how to get production from somewhere else. So we'll see what happens. All right, Laker Nation, you ready?
I'm been ready, so I stay ready. like the name of the podcast.
No doubt. Be ready. All right, hold on. Let's get this call and then we'll move on.
All right. Yeah.
Bruce, what up?
Okay. Bruce.
What's going on with y'all boys? What's up, stupid?
Sir.
What's up, stupid?
Stupid.
What's up, dumb? You ain't nothing dumb. You ain't, man. On the road, though, right?
Yeah.
Listen. Steph Curry, Strawberry, Kiwi, Arizona Bird, Mario Bird. Houston is 7, nigga. Give me like I'm sorry to say the N-word. I'm sorry, yo. I think YD got rubbed off on me a little bit. I just said the N-word on your show, Bruce. I'm sorry.
All right.
Man, you see that, man? See? When the radio, I apologize for that, man. Damn, man.
Good. I ain't even catch it.
Man. Listen, though. Let's talk about Jalen Green. He's struggling, man. All I got to say. Fingernail polish. That's all I got to say.
Oh.
And we'll see nothing else about it.
Oh.
Jalen Green, I see he went fingernail polish and stuff. I say, no wonder he's struggling, huh? I don't mean to, go there on your show, but goddamn, bro. I mean, you balling. I see you threw 15. I see why. But other than that, Sengun, he's tough. He's a problem.
Yeah, so I like him.
Somebody played real well for Houston last night. But everybody else, Fred VanVleet stuck it up. Jalen Green stuck it up.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks stuck it up.
Yep.
Only person that played well was Sengun, and I think number 10. What's my man name? Number 10. Can remember the young ballers.
What are you talking about? I cannot come up with the name. I know.
The one bright spot that I saw in Houston last night, one bright spot, all the ups and downs and the bull crap that how they was shooting, they were playing hard.
So
they play hard, though.
They definitely play hard. But what occurs to me too, right? We're talking about the lack of offensive production, but if you turn over the ball 17 times and make that into 25 points for the opposition, well, you're gonna lose, right? So if you can cut back on the turnovers, or even if you get turnovers, if you can stop that from turning into points, you got a chance. Like that's a big swing, right?
Yes.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna say this though. I know I say Houston. I'm flipping. I'm hitting transfer portal on my fiction.
All right.
Listen, man. I want to say this, man. Don't say I'm crazy for this predict for what I'm about to say, man.
Okay.
The Golden State Warriors will be in the finals this year.
Wow.
Ooh.
The Golden State Warriors.
Bruce, that sounds like a bet right there.
Wow.
Listen,
Draymond said it, so we'll see.
Listen, Jimmy Butler is legendary. I don't know. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't know what it is about him in his damn playoffs. He turns into something totally different. He turns into a legend. He never won a ring.
No.
But he did take the New York team to the finals, so he did some credit for that in Miami. But this guy, everybody talking he's not going to fit because of his attitude and how he is. How he was placed in Golden State and flipped his team like this is absolutely amazing, bro.
Amazing, because I was dead wrong on that. I did not think it was going to work. Man, yes. Oh my goodness. I'm on record that it wasn't going to work. I was dead wrong.
Difference maker.
Yes.
And I know I'm with the Lakers to win. I'm a LeBron fan. But I would be so happy if Jimmy Butler get a win because he's just dedication,
right,
to the game.
Yeah,
he's a chip off the old block for sure. Man, he plays hard. Man, he's smart. His IQ, his defensive IQ, and always making the right play and knowing the spots in the game when it's his time to shine. And him being humble enough. Everybody talk about your asshole, how he treated Miami and all that. But being humble enough, but I'm the second option. I'm the problem.
Right.
Playing second fiddle or third fiddle.
Yeah, no.
I'm humble. I mean, it was amazing to see. And hey man, what can Houston do with Steph Curry making tough shots? You know, Steph Curry's a tough shot maker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you know. So I say Golden State in 6.
Yeah, agreed.
Steph Curry's a tough shot maker. You got, Buddy Hill. He played well, but everybody last said Draymond. I think one time Chuck said he had a triple single.
Yeah,
he had a triple single, right? He had like 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But man, he's so important to man. Dude, he is. Yes,
I will say though, I'm not mad at you saying you think that Golden State comes out the West. I really feel like, if health is not a factor, I think the Clippers are so dangerous, man. And I think you and I talked about this the other day. I think they are so dangerous, man.
Yes.
So, and extremely well coached. We have to watch out for them as well. Go ahead.
And you proved the modern times that you don't need no dominant big man to win no ring.
No, that's right. That's right.
They got the right piece. Everybody play hard. Emmanuel Moody is solid. He's going to give you what he's going to give you. Gary Payton Jr. is going to give you what he's going to give you. But that was a defensive masterpiece last night that they put on. Give Golden State credit, too, now. Everybody talk about who's your shot poorly. I see why. If you actually watch the game.
Yeah, no. Listen, Golden State, remember, when they were winning chips, when they were at their absolute best, they were an elite defensive team, too.
Yeah, so, man, Jimmy Butler, man, it's a joy to watch him. I tune in, man. He's must-see TV to me because he plays both sides of the ball at an elite level.
Right.
He could be, at times, he could be a little streaky, but he makes up for his defensive effort. I mean, if he make a turnover or gets stripped, he's going to chase it. He's going to run back. He ain't going to he's going to hustle back and try to get back into play if you make a mistake. He ain't going to mope. Jimmy, when he locked in, Jimmy Butler don't do no moping around, man. And I respect it.
Oh, you're right.
And he played like he grew up. So, he played like it was means something to him. The game, he loved the game. So everybody was counting him off because in Miami, they ended bad in Miami. So everybody talk about it's not going to fit in Golden State. Everybody, that's Steph Curry, Steph Curry, cool guy. And him and Draymond going to bump heads. Everybody predicted that. That's the first thing they say. Him and Draymond going to bump heads. But surprisingly, it's working. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, he felt right in line, man. That's the type of guy he is. He could be humble. He's a humble beast. That's what I call him, man.
No doubt, man.
It's a good thing to say, but like I said, Golden State coming out the West. Yeah, man. Hold on to that prediction, Bruce. You know what I mean?
All right,
So,
no doubt. I know. I'm sure you will remind me.
I get that on the next one.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call,
All right,
man.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
Another good call from Bruce. Another good call from Bruce. All right, let's get right to it, y'all.
Well,
Let's
Brucey Draymond know what he's gonna get himself into. He try that shit with Jimmy Butler.
That's true too. Because I've always said I don't believe Draymond is a real tough guy. So
I think it's working because of that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's get to this main topic, y'all. We're flying right through this thing. All right. So
that's what I do, man.
So we have Minnesota.
No trolling.
Right. Minnesota versus the Lakers. And obviously, we know Lakers get a bulk of attention on this show, on every show. They are well deserved. They are a star driven organization, pretty much always have been. And so it is what it is. And so going into this series against Minnesota, I also said I didn't believe Minnesota was going to roll over, but I didn't expect game one to go the way it went. So I'm going to play some B-roll here. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Laker Nation.
Advantage on the break. I'll run them. Score 25 points.
Oh, my bad. The wrong clip. But I'm going to let, my bad, y'all. Laker Nation, go ahead and give me your thoughts on that while I see if I can find the right clip.
Thoughts on the game?
Yeah, man.
On game one?
Yes, game one, man.
Oh man, where do I start with that? Shout out to the this only positive thing I'm gonna say about them. Shout out to the Timberwolves. They came in there with a good game plan and they executed and they came out with the victory.
Mm-hmm.
So good job and kudos to them.
Right. That's it? Like, come on, man. I know. No. That can't be it.
Man. Look, man. I know what B-roll that you're about to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna spoiler alert. It's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Actually,
but
man, I lost the clip that I had cut. But anyway, go ahead and talk to me about.
Maybe that's a good thing because you was gonna have young disciple calling in here and coming for your juggler if you'd have played that clip.
Well, I tell you, believe it or not, it's my thoughts were going to be very different than what you guys would have expected. I'm gonna just say that.
Was it the press conference one or was it the B-roll of the game?
No, a B-roll of the game, and I got a little bit of a clip from the press conference. But yeah, man, go ahead and tell me kind of where you were in terms of what you saw from the Lakers, what you think they need to change, et cetera, man. Where are you with that?
Well, I need I know a couple people in this chat naming JJ the next Phil Jackson, so I was kind of waiting for the adjustments. I mean, after they hit 10 threes in a row on you uncontested, I thought he was going to shift the defense, and it never came.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of shut that crap. I kind of shut it off because I'm like, what am I watching?
Right.
I'm watching last year's play. I'm watching last year's play-in Lakers. I'm not watching number 3 seed Lakers. So that needs to be that needs to improve. And two, going into play on the press conference, the only one that I have respect for is Austin Reeves, because he's the only one that took accountability and the only one that took accountability and was talking like a champion. Everybody else was making excuses.
So I hear you on that, but the question is this, right? Do you really expect LeBron to take accountability? Like, he's never been that guy. So we can assume that's not going to happen. JJ, he basically said we need to we got to go back and watch a lot of film, and we'll try to figure it out. But let's say this, right? Minnesota is a team that can shoot the ball, but they shouldn't have shot it like that, right? And there were way too many, as you said, open looks. And here's, if I'm a Laker fan, obviously I'm not, but if I'm a Laker fan, well, I'm looking at this thing and I'm saying,
oh, we know you're not.
Right. Absolutely not. But I'm looking at this thing and I'm saying there's no way that with a little more effort, they're going to shoot like that again. Right. That's one. And two, I'm going to say this. I told you this, and now I'm going to say it publicly. There's no way I believe that LeBron is going to play like that again. I believe he has a really big game too. And the Lakers go to Minnesota tied 1-1. Like, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I feel like if the Lakers play to what they're capable of playing, this is a 6-game series. I don't see Minnesota winning it. I just don't. And I'm not even talking about like, the officials or anything like that. I just think that the Lakers are a better team. The talent at the top is too much when you got a guy, a 4-time champion in LeBron, a guy who's been to the finals a million times. Obviously, Luka coming off a finals run last year, and I believe the second leading per game playoff scorer in NBA history. He's going to get his. You just got to get guys to come with him. Don't turn the ball over and play a little perimeter defense. The Lakers are going to be just fine. I don't think Minnesota has any real path to winning this series unless because I don't see him continuing to shoot this way, but unless like Anthony Edwards just goes completely nuclear, a la like D Wade in the 06 finals, that's the only way that can happen, and I don't see it.
What changed your tune, Bruce?
I didn't pick Minnesota from the beginning. Remember when G said they weren't coming out, the Lakers weren't coming out the first round, and I was like, nah, that's not happening. Because we've seen when the Lakers want to, they can lock in and play defense, correct? We've seen that.
So I guess in game one they didn't want to, huh?
Well, obviously not. Not like that. Listen, I would love to see the Lakers lose. You know that. I would love to see it. But it's not going to happen. Not this round. Nah, you can't have two players at the top of your roster that are that good, and then you mess around and get beat. Other than by injury, right? If it's injury, okay. A legitimate, I got you. But other than that, that's not going to happen. Well, because Minnesota cannot count on continuing to shoot that well, and the Lakers are not going to continue to defend that poorly. It seems pretty obvious to me.
Well, somebody's legacy can't have two back-to-back first-round exits in a row. And especially with Luka, the Jordan fans gonna have a field day with them. And to y'all LeBron fans, y'all thought it was bad now. Boy, they gonna come at y'all with every ammunition in the world if which is not gonna happen, but
sure are.
If the Lakers get put out in the first round against Ant-Man, they already calling him Jordan's son anyway. Boy, they're gonna have ammunition.
But, well, that's ridiculous.
But that's not gonna happen.
Right. Exactly.
I think Luka showed up. I think Austin Reeves, he's gonna show up. But they gotta stop. But he cannot play the same defensive scheme that he played against Denver against Minnesota. You can't do that. And he was using that same game plan.
Right.
Game one. And he never got out of it.
Nah, they'll adjust, man. They'll adjust. And realistically, right? Again, y'all know I'm not a LeBron guy. That's not the guy I'm caping for. But do we really believe he's not going to get 30 next game? He's going to get 30 next game. He will.
I'm sounding off like magic. Like, them MFers better go out there and play with some dang on hot. Because I want another ring.
You ain't getting it this year. I know that.
I want another ring to shut them Celtics, Paul Pierce, and the guy I'm sharing the screen with up.
Right. So speaking of the Lakers, let's hear what LeBron had to say, a little clip of what he had to say in the post game, and then we'll get back and talk about that. And then, as you mentioned, the truth. Coincidentally, he was given that name by the Lakers. But anyway, we'll hear what he has to say. He was on Cowherd today discussing the playoffs. But let's start with LeBron.
You've been through more game ones than anybody. What after a game like this, where it's a big score line at home, what's the kind of the proper way to try and respond from that mentally, physically, and all of it?
Well, obviously, we got to do a better job of controlling the controllables, and I don't think we did a good enough job after the first quarter. Once they blitzed us in that second quarter, 38-20. But giving up 21 threes, giving up 20 plus fast break points, second chance points. Those are some of the things that we can control. Obviously the 3-point shooting, we know they have a lot of lasers. They have a lot of guys that can shoot from the perimeter. So we got to do a better job of closing the bodies and getting our own shooters. So, we'll get back in the film room tomorrow, look at the things that we did well, some of the things that we didn't do so well, and continue the game plan for game two. We have a couple of days to prepare for it.
LeBron, both AR and JJ mentioned that they felt like one of the factors tonight was the physicality being something that maybe caught you guys early on in the game. Were there any things that you saw that gave you belief that you figured out how to counter that as the game went on that you can take into game two?
Well, definitely. You playing a Minnesota team, they're gonna be physical. That's what they bring to the table. So, maybe it took us one playoff game to now get a feel for it and know what the type of intensity, the type of physicality that's going to be brought to the game. But that's just the way they play. So we should be more than prepared for that on Tuesday night.
Laker Nation, I see you shaking your head there when LeBron talked about, getting used to it in that first game, man. Give me your thoughts on that. Tell the people what you told me about that earlier.
Man, it's the playoffs, man. You've been there, done that. 20
Many
plus,
times.
20 plus years.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that you need to put that in your soundboard.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, pay attention. No. Oh man, nah, but there's no giveaway games in the playoffs, man.
That's correct.
I think Charles Barkley said it a while back when Dirk Nowitzki made a comment when they were up. They had a chance to sweep. They were up 3-1 and they had a chance to close out a series, and they did it. And then at the press interview after the game, he said, "Oh, okay, we'll get the next one. This was just a giveaway game."
Mm.
There's no giveaway games in the playoffs. Like, you give a team momentum, you can lose the series.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what you use the first quarter for, or the first half for, to fill out your opponent.
Right.
And then you go into halftime, and you're like, okay, they're playing physical. We need to make these adjustments to come out in the second half and go. So there's no use the whole first game to fill them out. I'm like, dang, how many times I got to punch you in the mouth?
Right.
That's like you've been in a fight, in a boxing match, and you get steamrolled through the whole damn fight, and then in the fight you're like, well, I was just filling them out.
Right.
Get a take, get a, so when I put in the rematch, I'll be ready. Like, come on.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Agreed.
There's no giveaways. There's no giveaways in the playoffs. You make those adjustments at halftime. These are NBA players. You can't give you. And then another thing I didn't like that he said was like they have shooters everywhere. It's a modern NBA. Everybody got shooters. It's the NBA. You leave somebody open behind a three, they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
There's a high percentage chance they're gonna make it. This is the NBA. You guys are practicing half court shots and stuff. You see them in warm ups. They're lacing them left and right. The 20th guy on the bench is out there lacing threes. So we know so you get your butt out there and and get out there on them shooters. Yeah, they need to get out there faster. But I don't think he made any excuses. It's just the wording.
Yeah.
The wording I didn't like. It's just when there's other superstars, if you heard talk about, they've been in situations like this. I'll use Kobe as one of them. One thing he never said was we were just using this game to fill. We're using this game to fill them out. Right? No, you make that adjustment at halftime. He was like, yeah, they came out and punched us in the mouth.
Right.
They got physical. We got in the adjustments that came in, and then at the end of the game, if they beat you, they're like, yeah, they just they got this one, but we'll get them next. We'll get them next game.
Right.
But
yeah.
But I ain't gonna say, Bruce, that he was making excuses.
I don't think he was.
He wasn't making no excuse. I just didn't like the word. I just didn't like the wording.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be ready. You got to know playoffs is gonna bring in the intensity.
Mm-hmm.
The game speeds up in the playoffs. So
no, listen, I'm with you. Like I said, I truly, and I'm sure a lot of people are surprised it's coming from me, but I can't. I say again.
Yeah, it's only one game now. If they get blown out 2 games in a row, knock on wood.
That's not gonna happen, though.
Then it'll be a different conversation.
That's not gonna happen. I can assure you. I bet what little I got on that. That is not gonna happen. And honestly, again, I can't possibly see LeBron just not having a big game in game 2. Like, he's out of his playoff career is. We have enough extensive information on what he has been in his playoff career that he's gonna have a big game too. So I mean, we'll see what it is. But I wouldn't, if I was a Lakers fan, I would not be concerned.
We've seen a lot of people. We've seen teams lose game 1. We've seen teams lose both games at home and still come back and win the series.
That's true. Yeah,
it's not over. Until your back is the wall and you face an elimination.
Right.
And then that's when you're like, okay.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Let's go ahead and let's hear what Paul Pierce has to say about this series, and then we'll come back. We'll check in on what he had to say, and then we'll open up the lines.
Are you more impressed with Minnesota or more disappointed in the Lakers?
I think I'm more impressed with Minnesota, and I'll tell you why, Colin. Ant-Man's game has matured so much.
It's incredible. You can see the work.
Yes. I mean, he's like, people are like, why are you selling him for threes? But he's knocking them down at a high rate.
Yeah.
Now he's making his teammates better. That's even more scary, because now if he's going to be out here understanding what to give the game, that's dangerous. Because when I was, as a player, when I came into a game, it got to the point where I learned, what does the game need today?
Oh, okay.
And you fill it out and be like, oh, and that's what I saw from Ant-Man. You know what? I maybe don't have to go for 30 today. Let me make them better.
So your first year, you didn't get it.
It took me a while to get it. Because, I was a scorer deluxe. And so it was just like, what do I have to do to make, today they need my defensive rebounding and my playmaking. And then if I'm there down the stretch, I can make some big shots. But I don't have to have the mentality of going I have to get 30 for us to win. He understands that now at a young age. And it looks so beautiful to watch. And the scary part about it is how do you make this adjustment now? Do you stay home on the shooters? Oh, well, he's good enough to go out there and get you 40 if you open up those lanes now and win that way. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the adjustments are for the Lakers.
I'm very interested in seeing what the adjustments are for the Lakers. But Laker Nation, what do you think about what Paul Pierce says about the growth of Ant Edwards' game? Over time.
I'm not surprised that his take was going.
Why that?
I'm not surprised his take was going towards Anthony. Man, he's Paul Pierce.
What does that mean?
He was a created Laker hater.
You mean Paul Pierce, the LA native who grew up loving the Lakers? That guy?
Yeah. He was a created Laker hater. He went to the Celtics.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a Laker hater. I think he's not a Laker worshiper, but he's not a Laker hater.
He a Laker hater.
Okay, all right.
He a Laker hater. But
he's not a Laker hater.
But of course, you're going to defend your fellow Celtics.
Oh my gosh,
man! Call the spade, Bruce.
No, I mean he's not a Laker hater. Believe me, I listened to this.
Not a Laker hater.
And the way he talks about LeBron now, I'm
one thing he done said positive about the Lakers.
Well, let's say this. He said that. What is it?
It's that hard. Yes, it's that hard.
No. I'm trying to get it right, because I know that he's on more than one occasion said that LeBron might be the GOAT now, and I know he said that if he wins the chip this year, especially against the Celtics, it's over, and that he'd definitely be the GOAT. He gives LeBron a lot of props, especially on on the podcast with him and Kevin Garnett. I listen to him talk a lot. He doesn't hate the Lakers. It's really weird. I wish he did.
Oh, because he's giving Bron props. That means he's not a Laker hater.
No, he's not a Laker hater though.
Oh my gosh, Bruce.
He gives the Lakers the credit when it's due, but he doesn't worship them.
Oh my gosh, Bruce.
See, this is the problem. Y'all don't understand what hater means. But anyway,
this guy. No, obviously you don't understand what a hater.
Shoot. But anyway,
Ant-Man, he is. His game has matured.
Mm-hmm.
I give him that. So, if you're defending that team,
mm-hmm.
I can live with him getting 40. I can live with that because what I can't live with is DiVincenzo, whatever the hell his name is,
Dante DiVincenzo,
getting 25 and hitting 7 to 8 threes, and the other guys.
Right, but that three he hit right before the half, that was a thing of beauty, I must say.
As I said, I can live with him getting 40. Not the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he can force the issue, then that's different. But I can live with him getting his, not the others. But But you need to understand, Paul Pierce is a divine Laker hater.
Okay.
What was the first thing he said when the Celtics won last year? What was the first thing Paul Pierce said?
I don't know. What was it?
He took a shot at LA.
Wait.
He took a shot. The Lakers was not even your opponent.
Okay. Let me ask this.
That's what you say if you hate a franchise. Because when we won in 2020, we was like, yeah, we got 1-0. We tied with Boston. Yeah, that's what we said. And what? Celtics won, and what did he do? He did the exact same thing. He's like, yeah, we got one more over on the Lakers. The first thing came out of his mouth. And he wasn't even on the damn team.
So wait a minute, but hold on. Why do I not hear you calling out Magic as a Celtics hater? Why do I not hear that? I don't hear that from you.
We ain't talking about Magic right now. We talking about Paul Pierce. We talking about Paul Pierce.
I say it to say
I don't have to say it. Magic said it himself. He said,
those guys are competitors. They're rivals because of the franchise they play for. I don't believe they're actually like haters of that franchise. I think it's different.
The reason why you're answering your question. The reason why I don't say Magic is a Celtic hater because I don't have to. He didn't say it himself. I hate them damn Celtics, and I still hate them to this day. You told Paul Pierce to his face.
Yeah,
when you put on that Celtic jersey, I hated you too.
But what I'm saying is, I don't hear you complaining about that. I just find that interesting. But
Paul Pierce ain't got the balls to tell everybody that he hates the Lakers when he do.
I don't think he does. I really don't. I think he understands the competitive nature between the two franchises. I don't think he hates them. I wish he did, but I don't think he does.
No, he hates them.
Okay.
He takes a shot at the Lakers every chance he gets.
If you say so.
I know so.
Okay.
And I'll speak for myself. Yeah, I hate everything about the damn Celtics. I hate their jerseys. I hate the way it look. I hate their fans. I hate the.
Does it look better than yours?
I hate the building. I hate that ugly ass green color. I hate Lucky Charms. I don't even eat Lucky Charms cereal. That's how bad I hate the damn Celtics.
Yeah, you got some serious issues, man.
I ain't no issues. That's just I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Ain't no issues.
Yeah, you got some real problems, man.
It took me a while to accept Rajon Rondo because he won in 08 against us. It was hard for me to accept him in the Laker uniform. To me,
I didn't like that at all.
To me, it was blasphemy.
That pissed me off seeing it, and then he messed around and won. Like, that was.
But he made up for it by winning.
Hey, I mean, he looks a lot better in green. So
he got that good. He got that get back.
if you say so.
But no, we're gonna be fine. We gonna, that was I think I'm glad that it's better that we lost that way than by the buzzer, because then we know that we got to adjust everything.
Hey, look, I can't. He does. That's funny. that's a good one, Bubba.
Shout out to my man Bernie Mac. Rest in peace.
I hate black keys on the piano. I hate my gums because they black. Yeah, that was funny. That's classic material, said Bubba. Absolutely. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and we're going to open up the lines on this one. I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Just to recap, I believe that this is a 6-game series. I don't believe Minnesota has what it takes to win this. I believe that LeBron is going to have a big game in game 2 and continue to play well. Not old LeBron, but continue to play well for the duration of the series. So between LeBron and Luka, they're just going to need somebody else to step up and contribute. But I believe the defense will improve, and I don't anticipate Minnesota continuing to shoot the way they shot in game 1. I just think that's an unreasonable ask. And yeah, they're going to be out in 6 in this first round. So let's go ahead. And phone lines are open. Go ahead and give us a call. We'll take a few on this. Chief, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, Bruce.
All right.
After that first game, I was down and a little sick. It's no longer Lakers in 5, but Lakers in 6.
Right.
But yeah, Bruce, you were really in my head because everything I thought about, you said. Because historically, LeBron don't have bad, back-to-back bad games.
Nope.
After Dallas, so and then I just can't see nobody Minnesota shooting 50% like that throughout the series. So law averages should work out. But the Lakers do need to be more physical. They're undersized, and JJ gonna have to make those adjustments as a first time coach. To really, show how good he is as a coach. Because now the playoffs is about making adjustments. So I think if we get the boards, play more physical, we should win. We got the two best players in the series. So I kind of like our chances, but we need to tighten up. So I'm like the nation.
Definitely.
Here's
my question, though, Chief. Are you really that worried about adjustments when you have other former head coaches with playoff experience on that roster? They'll guide them. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, but the Laker Nation said something.
Okay.
You can't take a game off in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go ahead and put these guys. You don't have to go ahead and put them out, put them to bed, because the longer it goes, the board's going to be on us because of lack of size.
Yeah,
and LeBron's older, so you got to handle business and get them out the way.
That's correct. I agree. And then, hopefully maybe get a couple days to breathe a little bit before the next series starts. Yeah, no, I can hear that.
Oh, yeah. Laker Nation, you're the leader of Laker Nation, so, man, what you think, bro?
No, you hit the nail on the head. You got to make those adjustments at halftime, man. You got all that. Yeah, you got all that experience there. You don't let it ride for a whole game. That's right. And then you, like you said, that one of your stars is 40.
Yeah.
Those extra games, Shaq said it best when the Lakers had their three-peat, and then we were in the final year of that three-peat. He was like when they went on that ridiculous run. He said, "Yeah, man, we got to get these series over, man, so we can get our rest in between these series.
Right.
Man, we done played all these games,
Mm-hmm.
Right?
like you gotta put these teams to bed, especially if you the favorite. You give a team life, you
Oh
got
yeah.
a year. You're gonna have a fight on your hands. So all it
Yeah.
takes is them to believe like they can beat you.
Yep. But one thing I was mad about the ball movement. We didn't have how many assists did LeBron have? He didn't have too many.
No, and Luca had one. That was
And he
crazy.
only had
The team was playing ISO ball, and
too much.
it was too much ISO.
I want a lot of pick and roll. Luka and LeBron pick and roll. Go with Anthony Edwards.
I would draw. I would draw.
Trouble? Is that what you're saying?
I would draw.
He needs to work.
Okay,
I can't get him. Yeah, he needs to work. We need to work him. He gets tired. He gets cramped. I'm like Michael in this. If I see a weakness, I want to exploit the weakness. He gets tired. He gets cramped. So I want to give him that work. And then AR, I'm pretty sure he's gonna show up. So if they're focusing on LeBron and Luka, AR have this chance to get through there and get Rui open. And then probably like our bench needs to. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more from the bench as well.
Yeah, everybody. And DK needs to play
Yeah.
more.
Right.
But they need to go. They need to go back into what Dallas did last year when they played Minnesota. They need to isolate Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
Run that pick and roll. That's what they did last year, and got him out of there. They don't have Cat to back them up this year.
Right, but you think that Minnesota doesn't know that that they want desperately to catch Rudy Gobert in that pick and roll on the switch? I'm sure they've game planned to avoid that happening again.
No, that didn't. Yeah, but you can get Julius Randle out there too.
Yep.
He ain't no perimeter defender. You got to run up pick and rolls, make them come down and help, and then you get your wide open threes.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do.
You think Rui can't catch and shoot? Yeah, he'll knock that down all day.
Yep. But they're gonna have to give him the ball, like you said, no ISO. So, but I think we'll be fine. And we got to get out there first series because me and Gino got a bet going. See, Gino probably thought I forgot. So so we got Gino. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. I think he got a bet with Trent. I ain't gonna speak on nobody else's bet. I'm not in it. So
he could be in there. Y'all could be
my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it, so I ain't gonna speak on that on that other bet.
I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah. Lakers weren't going to make it out the first round. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but he bet more than one people besides Chief. But I ain't gonna say who.
Yeah,
that's none of my business.
Well, I wouldn't make that bet, and you already know where I am on the Lakers, but I wouldn't make that bet.
Right. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna send me send LeBron James a poster of that big French guy dunking on him for the 76ers. Because I gotta get him motivated.
Yabusele. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, you might need to do that, Chief. You got anything else, man?
Nah, that'd be it, brother.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much, Chief.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. All right, y'all. We're gonna take it to the final topic here.
Man, you got no more calls on this?
I don't think so. Just got that one.
Ain't got nobody on here that want to pick on Laker Nation. I talk so much trash in the chat. Y'all got your chance to come get at me.
Oh, Cade Cunningham having the game tonight. There we go. 11 of 19, 31 points and 10.
Yeah, I need him to go off.
Yeah, he's balling. Steve, what's going on, King of the Chat?
What up, Bruce? Shout out Laker Nation. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Not much. Hey, what's this new podcast? I tuned in late. I thought we were just talking shit. You got a podcast? I did. Honestly, I'm being sincere. I didn't realize.
He wasn't on. We talked about it at the opening.
I wasn't on when you guys were talking about. Oh, I heard. Listen, I got in at the right time, and I heard about a new podcast, and I made my feminist joke about being the View. That's all I did. I thought we were just bullshit. I didn't realize that Laker Nation got himself a podcast now.
No, I've been. It's not a secret. Me and Bruce, we talk outside the show, and I let him, that it's for years I've been thinking about, doing my own podcast and everything because, I'll be wanting to get my 2 cents on stuff I'll be seeing.
Hell yeah!
I think the Jordan Braun debate is the one that made me want to get started on it, but then it kind of evolved into other areas. but the Jordan LeBron debate is the one that made me want to get on there and talk my shit.
Oh, hell yeah! I mean, that's a layup for us.
Yeah,
sure is.
But Bruce been my mentor on it. He was like, "Man, go get it, man." He talked me into doing it. He was like, "Go get it," and so this Saturday is gonna.
Yeah, man.
Saturday we're gonna debut it, and Bruce is gonna be my first guest.
Oh man, that sounds like you might need somebody in the chat.
Y'all need to tune in. Y'all gonna learn a lot about Bruce that y'all didn't know about him.
I'm just saying.
On my show with my guests, before we get into our topics, I'm gonna introduce my guests. We're gonna talk, prop them up because about what they do. They're gonna talk about their experiences, their accomplishments, a little bit of background on their past, how they got started, and what they did. So you're gonna know a lot about my guests, and then then of course it's a sports
Hell
show.
yeah.
We're gonna talk our talk. We're gonna talk about our topics.
Yes, indeed.
That's good.
But I ain't trying to take up all your time, Steve.
Oh no! I asked. I wanted to know because at first I thought we were just playing around. That's why I made my woman joke about the views. And then I think you said something. It's in the title. I was like, oh shit, he's got a. Oh, okay. I was thrown for a second. I thought, you know me. I'm half serious, half not most of the time. So I didn't realize. But yeah, well, yeah, I'll definitely be in there, bro. I'll sub. I'll be in the chat. Every good podcast needs a king of the chat. Now, I don't know if I will join from there, but I will gladly earn it.
But you can't have. It's not like Bruce's. It's not going to be always adults on the show. So you're gonna have. You can't have gloves off on every show, though.
Hey, I know my speed. I'll adjust. I'll be good. I promise. But
we're going.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. We're gonna talk our talk, but we also gonna promote a lot of youth athletes as well. That's out there.
Oh, for sure. Well, good. Young people need to hear men talk.
Yeah, my guess. These are some kids that accomplished a lot at a young age, and I want to get them some recognition.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, that's good. We need that. We need young men to be men, understand how men work and how they talk.
Yes,
I know I make a bunch of jokes, but on a serious note, that is something that societally we need to address. But anyway, what I wanted to call about was the topic at hand. And I just want to talk about the matchups. Now, Laker Nation, I trust your insight because I know you follow LA very closely. I think, this ain't over. It's just one game.
Right.
Obviously. It's early. But what are your thoughts on, I think Minnesota might have, and I don't think Minnesota's that great of a team. I just think this is one of those series where it's just a goofy matchup. Because the way they roll out, they're big. And I hate to say it, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just being realistic. When you have Luka, LeBron, and AR together, there are some perimeter deficiencies there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, how do you work Vanderbilt in when they're rolling out too big? Or how do you keep Rui in there? How do you get him productive? I just think this is a difficult matchup because of the perimeter advantage. Well, I don't want to say offensively because we know LA's got some guys that can score. But it's just going to be a problem with them playing defense. I don't know how they work these matchups. Do you almost limit AR and put him in a reserve role where he can not come off the bench, but play that second unit where he can take the lead, get Vanderbilt in there and more with the starting unit, get him some minutes against some of these guys on the perimeter from Minnesota because I just don't know. I just think the more minutes you have LeBron, Luka, and AR on the floor together in this type of series, it's going to be difficult for them. Not saying it's impossible. It's only one game. But I'm just kind of looking ahead, trying to think from what I saw from the first game. I just don't know. Like, who's going to be that guy that's going to take the Ant-Man assignment?
Well, Ant-Man's going to get his. He's going to eat, so there's nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and here's the thing.
What they're going to do all series is what they did in game one. They're going to switch it until they get a favor. They're going to keep switching it until they get a favorable matchup.
Right.
Like one possession.
It's hard to get these three together because if they keep doing that switch, it's like Ant-Man's going to eat on Luka. He's going to eat on. And I don't think LeBron wants the matchup, to be totally honest. So if Rui gets switched out, like that's why I'm kind of thinking, like, do you almost have to play Vanderbilt more of a starting minute role so that you can try to have him out there to kind of like negate something with Ant-Man because that's the matchup you want. You don't want AR on him. You don't want LeBron.
Him and Dorian Finney-Smith need to. You got to have one of them on the floor at all times in this series.
That's what I'm thinking. You almost have to. And put like AR on that lead of that second unit role, where it's like AR can get in his bag. Maybe he's running with the second unit a little bit. I mean, it's not to diminish his game because he can ball. I've been speaking highly of AR all season, but in this matchup specifically, it's just hard to roll all three of those guys out at the same time.
Yeah.
Given what Minnesota can bring. Like you said, if they just keep switching, it doesn't matter. You can switch all you want. Ant-Man, he's going to eat on all them guys.
Yeah,
but you're right.
With those three out there, he's going to feast because, like I said, there's a few possessions where all they did was switch.
Yeah.
Ant-Man until I think he switched like 3 or 4 times on possession until he got Luka, and then he caught the ISO.
You know what I was thinking? Nobody's mentioned it, but I know. I have the secret weapon. I know what LA needs to do. And you guys won't appreciate it because y'all are haters. Bronny James. This is his time to shine, baby. I've been saying it all year. You roll him out there, you give him the matchup, you let that young man eat. It is his time. I'm telling you. If you guys won't take it, you guys are haters. You'll never appreciate a young king. You guys will never concede. But I'm telling you, JJ sucks as a coach. If you didn't draft Bronny James for this moment, why did you draft him to begin with? I rest my case. That is that.
Thank you, Steve. We're going to leave that there, man, because I don't know what to...
I knew it. I knew you guys would be haters. I knew you guys would be haters.
Yeah.
But,
we'll put him... His only assignment is to guard Ant-Man. That's his assignment.
Oh, man.
To do it.
Championship. That's all I heard was championship.
Steve, man, we're going to let you go, man.
All right, fellas. Hey, appreciate you taking the call. I'll tune into the show. Laker Nation, y'all stay blessed. Have a good one.
Hey, same to you, Steve. Thanks for the call, man. Steve is insane. All right, let's take it to the final topic, and then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here.
I thought he was gonna get off before he brought up Bronny. I knew it was coming. I was like,
Hey, I like it. All right, so let's. Yeah, of course I do. So we talked about the Lakers. So of course.
All right, I see you guys on Wednesday.
That's what we doing, huh?
Wednesday show. I'm gonna let Bruce handle this.
And
I'm out. Peace.
That's what we do. Okay. All right. Well, we talked about the Lakers, y'all, so we must talk about the other side of the NBA coin. Oh, wait, hold on.
Good call.
What's good, man?
Man, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
You know, I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by. What's popping?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. What you got?
I'm just saying, like, what y'all got? What's up, man? What's the question again?
Oh no, we were just saying, like, what are your thoughts on like how long this series will go? What you expect from LeBron the rest of the way, and are you worried at all about that first round loss? I already gave you my thoughts on it.
I mean, it ain't no reason to be worried. Like, agreed. I mean, if you were watching Bron, like, I mean, if you know Bron, then you that ain't even a question. Like, anybody that thinks otherwise, I they haven't been watching Bron and don't know basketball. That's what I would say.
I agree.
In year 22, like that, like that's how, hey, Bruce, that's how crazy it is. Like, hey, I'm just saying, Bruce, like, you know, Jordan, man, he ain't had no expectations, but we talking about year 15. He ain't had no expectations. Year 22, what they expecting from Bron? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like it's a difference, bro. Like you have to. I don't care. Like what you like. Listen, Bruce. Like. I mean, me and you know that Jordan was accepting handouts in that last year. Like he wasn't no all-star starter. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so even the fanfare couldn't get him to be an all-star starter.
Okay, so
like
what does that have to do with the Minnesota series, though?
Hey, I can't. So somebody is like we're going in and out. I can't hear. All I heard was Timberwood.
Yeah, so what does that have to do with the Minnesota Lakers series, though?
Because I'm talking about aura. I'm talking about LeBron. It has a lot to do with it.
Okay, I see where you're going with it.
Aura, it is. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I'm saying this shouldn't even be anybody who knows basketball. Nigga, I'm saying this shouldn't even be a question. Like I'm saying. What you'll be telling me is that resume don't matter. Like. Hey, so don't get your, while I'm on the phone, hey, give me 5 minutes right quick, Bruce. Like, I just want to talk to him right quick. Like you be getting so mad about Kobe and all that. Nigga, talk to me now. Nigga, I'm here. Talk to me. Tell me about Kobe.
I'm supposed to be scared because you on the phone, dude.
Give me 5 minutes, Bruce.
No, let him, Bruce. Let him.
Hold on, young disciple. You don't gotta pay me, man. I'm gonna give you.
Well, I will pay you, bro, just for 5 minutes, bro.
Relax. I'm gonna give you your 5. I'm just saying, man. Watch the N word and keep it.
Okay, I won't say the N word. I'll just say bro. I won't say the N word.
All right, carry on.
Please. Like, let him get it off. Like,
do your thing.
Hey, I'm gonna go on mute. You go ahead, and then I'm gonna respond.
No, you go. I'm gonna review everything you said.
Well, come on, brother. You the one that always got something to say in the chat. The one that's always chat.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not scared of you, dude. You don't scare me. I'm not shook.
Easy.
Wait, don't get nervous.
I'll tell you. Let me talk. I'll tell you straight to your face what I say. You claim to be a Lakers fan, and you always bashing Kobe. That is blasphemy, right there. When he is considered one of the number 1 Lakers of all time, and you always bashing him to live for LeBron, to me, that is some funny stuff right there. And yes, I always got something to say about that because that is fake as hell. Bron is not even considered a Laker. Kobe is.
Let me know when you finish.
Every chance you got, you shitting on Kobe. Yes. To me, you a LeBron fan, not a Laker fan. You just claim the Lakers because LeBron is there. I'll say it to your face.
True. That would be true.
I know it's true.
Right, so what are we talking about?
I'm refuting everything that you say because you're not gonna claim to be a Laker fan. And right. That's not gonna happen.
Bro, refuse.
You can be
what are you refusing?
You can cheer Bron all you want to, but you're not gonna shit on Kobe and claim to be a Laker fan. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, I'm a fake. But listen, bro. Listen. Bro, this is the internet, bro. Like, so I'm saying this to say this. I'm saying that to say this right here. Bro, I'm gonna say what I want to say.
And I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Bro,
what's that supposed to mean?
So if you say okay, so I get now.
I'm speaking back.
I let you talk.
Hold on, let young.
I let you talk, bro. Like don't get emotional, bro. We just would have a discussion. Bro. And so now that I know that you just, I'm saying now that I know that you just triggered to make comments, I won't never ever say nothing. I thought you had like some real something to say, like, bro, it ain't my fault, bro. Like don't blame me. When you stack up LeBron and when you stack up Kobe don't measure up. Like, let that be. Like,
I'll tell you what.
I didn't cut you off, bro. I didn't cut you off, bro. Like, don't get emotional. I'm about to just hit you with facts. Like Bruce just came through not even a month ago. He gave you all the clutch time stats. LeBron kills him. In points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, LeBron kills him. We talking about wins and losses against each other, LeBron kills them. So what metric do you want us to go by, bro? Like what? So to me, what you want me to do is you want me to value those 3 Robin rings. And that's not fair. It's not fair to me. Let me tell you why it's not fair. Because LeBron, he don't have no Robin ring. You get what I'm saying? So it's nothing to compare to it. Those 2 chips that Kobe led his team to, I give him a standing ovation for. Cool. All that's cool. But listen, bro, those 2 chips, those 2 finals MVPs, that one regular season MVP, just go to sleep knowing it don't compare to LeBron, bro. So let that be. It ain't nothing that me and you gonna be able to say over the internet that don't change that, bro. Those are facts. The rest of that shit that you were saying, bro, that's feelings. I have no interest in your feelings, bro. So if you want to spit facts, that's what I just spit. Now you can give me your feelings, I'll go back on mute, give you one more time to respond. But give me some facts, bro. Go ahead.
You done? Okay, so you jump. So your matrix on the fact that it's stats, right? You're stat driven. Okay, so you're claiming that those first 3 rings were Robin wings, right? When Kobe's averages in those championship series were 2 points behind Shaq. He was averaging over 35. Shaq was averaging over 35. So if that's Robin, you losing brain cells, because that is a duo. 2 in those championship series when Shaq was a liability in the 4th quarter. That young dude that you're talking about had led the Lakers in 4th quarter in clutch points in those championship series and playoff runs. So yeah, of course, Shaq was a veteran. Yes, he got the MVPs based on that. But we know Kobe was the one that brought those championships home in those first 3. We know that. And 2, you're trying to say LeBron is the one that brought those championships home, homie. We done refuted that on multiple shows, on multiple episodes. Kyrie, if that's the case, if Kobe, you trying to say Kobe was a Robin, and Kyrie, that first one in Cleveland, who brought that shit home? Kyrie. Who hit all those clutch points in that series? Kyrie. Who hit that game shot over to Steph? Kyrie. First one, 2000 and 2012. Who was the one leading that series? Dwayne Wade. Is that facts or not?
I hear my turn.
Who carried Shaq when Shaq went to Miami? Who also carried him in those? And he already said it.
But my turn. Bro, I don't want to over.
I don't want to. I'm talking.
Okay.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear all this, because all that is saying that he was a Robin and all this. Those are just opinions. The facts are the numbers. The numbers. Kobe's stat lines and Shaq's mirrored each other on those 3, and it's been said that those two by the competition and the coaching staff that was there, that those 2 was a dynamic duo. It wasn't no Batman and Robin. It wasn't no dominant trio. It wasn't no stacked team. If y'all try to say it, it was Shaq and Kobe and their role players.
Young disciple,
my turn.
And respond to
my turn.
Go after you respond,
yeah,
man.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
You just cooked yourself, bro. You just said the facts are the numbers, right? That's what you just said. Out your mouth. You just said that, right? Right?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
So if the facts or the okay. So you good. Put your foot in that pot. Okay. So if the facts or the numbers, what does the number say? LeBron versus Kobe. What does the number say? What does the accomplishment say?
Here we go. Here we go with that 16-6 bullshit.
Huh?
Here we go with the 16-6.
Let young
Hey, it's my fault, bro. You so emotional, but bro, I don't do strong man arguments, bro. So I'm not talking about 16-6. Like I could go there, but then I'll be just like you, Kobe fans that talk about All-Star games and USA lead up games and practice games and stuff like that. I ain't gonna bring no 16-6. You said facts. You said the numbers are the facts. So what I'm saying is that let's compare LeBron numbers to Kobe numbers. Since out of your mouth, you just said the numbers are the facts. Let's compare LeBron accomplishments to Kobe accomplishments. Since you say the numbers are the facts. Let's do that. You said that out your mouth that the numbers are the facts. So out of your own mouth, what you saying is that we should compare Kobe and LeBron the same way. And bro, and I like how you use it. See, you let me know that it's a loser argument, bro, when you try to say those 3 years that Kobe is, they average the same. Yeah, bro, who are you talking to? Let's go year by year, bro. I'm saying when Shaq won MVP and was second for the defensive player of the year, you telling me that ain't a robbery? When a dude is averaging 15 points a game in the finals, you telling me that's not a robbery? Like if LeBron right now at 42, at 40 years old, wants to average 15 points a game, and Luka wants to get the finals MVP, you mean to tell me, like I'm saying, you would use that in like a GOAT debate? Oh, who's better? Like, stop it, bro. That's pathetic. See, those are things that you have. See, that's the difference between me and you, bro. You have to reach for these things, right? Right? And I understand it. I get it. Because you can't reach for nothing else. You can't reach for wins. You can't reach for stats. You can't reach for for the longest time, y'all always brainwashed to think Kobe was a better clutch time player than LeBron. Now you can for that. Stop it, bro. One more thing and then I'm done. Hey, bro, do come through me one favor, bro. Ice up, son. Ice up.
That ain't gonna happen, bro. That ain't gonna happen, bro. But while you over here screaming and hollering and foaming at the mouth and fogging up your mic that we can barely hear you, and then only thing you got is stats, bro. All you got. Yes, Brian got phenomenal numbers. I admit that. But numbers don't mean you better, dog. Numbers don't. Dog, you can quote all the stacks you want. You can quote all the triple doubles that he got and all that shit. It don't mean that you better. Because I'll throw a number out there. How many 50-win teams has LeBron eliminated in the playoffs? His teams. Bro, Kobe got the most in the NBA, bro.
It's true.
And that was without a top 75 teammate, bro. He got more rings than him, bro. With less, bro. Only top 75 player he had was Shaq, and that was his younger years. And he only had one. And he's throwing up there. I'll give him the first year, when Kobe's first year. But when we win that Indiana, that young dude stepped up when Shaq fouled out and brought that title home for them. So you can't say that, bro. When we got Prime Bron folding, let me and his little fill out.
Laker Nation, and then we'll move on to that last topic, man. The only thing I want to say about that is because people look at what Shaq was able to do in the NBA Finals, which were 3 incredible runs, they forget that Shaq doesn't make the NBA Finals without the work that Kobe did getting through the Western Conference, which was actually the real hard part. And so, like, we also got to take that into account, man. Kobe did a lot of work in the Western Conference playoffs all those years to get to the finals. And then Shaq, because he had a decided advantage, in terms of the opposition he faced at the center position from the East, he got busy. And, that's no slight to Shaq, but he just doesn't get there without what Kobe did in the Western Conference playoffs. So I think, we gotta remember that. I think that's important as well. But let's go ahead and leave it there because, we can argue that forever, but let's leave it there and let's take it to the final topic. All right, let's do that.
Nah, he the one that want to come up here and try to throw in a quick debate when my podcast is right there, homie. All you got to do is message me on there and let me know when you want to do this full time, bro. We go blow for blow for 2 hours. And you think I'm not shook, bro? I got my own shit. So you talking nothing, bro? Bring it.
But
Just text me, message me. We'll set up the date. I'll get a non-biased moderator on there to moderate the thing, and we can have at it, bro. We can do it on my platform.
All right. So let's go ahead and we'll take it to the final topic here. And as I was mentioning earlier, we talked about the Lakers. So, of course, we got to talk about the other side of that coin. And the other side of that coin is the Boston Celtics, right? So, of course, we know Celtics 18 championships, Lakers 17. Lakers have been the decidedly better franchise for the last 40 years. Yeah, we can say that. That's, as much as I hate to admit it, that's the truth. So we got what we got. But the Celtics are now on a chase for back-to-back championships. They haven't done that since Bill Russell. So they are looking forward to doing that. They are, right there with the best teams in the league. Arguably the favorite to get out of the East. When they're playing well, the Celtics are really tough to beat. And so we saw them start out with a huge win against the Orlando Magic in the first game of their series. We saw them. I'll tell you what impresses me about the Celtics is that it doesn't have to be Jason Tatum going off. It doesn't have to be Jaylen Brown going off. They've got guys that can contribute from all over. You can have Peyton Pritchard, who's probably going to win so far. And we're seeing basically in that first game, and Orlando's a good team, mind you. And Boston doesn't normally play that well against them, but they went through them like a hot knife through butter in this one. And, the Celtics are going to continue to put up 3-point attempts. We know that. But, again, watching the less heralded guys really come in and be legitimate contributors, I think is what makes the Celtics so dangerous. Laker Nation, I don't know if you know, Edward, Larry Bird did not win back-to-back. Larry Bird won championships in 81, then again in 84, then again in 86. So, no, he went to the finals 5 times, and he won 3 championships. So, no, the Celtics have not won back-to-back championships since the days of Bill Russell. But Laker Nation, I don't know if you saw this game or how much of it you saw. Just not even trying to troll, man, but give me some of your thoughts on how, what you think about Boston in the East and their chances of coming out of the East and, how they match up against some of the best teams in the West.
You really going to try to do this to me?
No, I mean,
you want me to speak? I got to speak positive of.
Man. Yes, I want you to be objective. Yes.
You want me to speak positive of the man?
Yes.
I can't even do it.
No, you don't have to. I mean, if you have legitimate critiques, then I would love to hear those as well.
When they're like what you said about the Lakers. When they're on clicking on all cylinders, they're very, 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 very tough to beat.
Mm.
Like you got to keep them in. You got to keep them in the half court. You got to slow it down. You got to because they're fast. You can see like just on the clips. They won't space the floor to that 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
They remind me of the old Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash's Suns, when they were running gun and how Nash would push it, and then you got Boris Diaw, in the corner, hit him 3. You got Raja out there. You got all these shooters, and you got Amari that he can throw the lobs to coming down. I'm talking about post Joe Johnson because that's opened him up.
Yeah.
And you got Barbosa coming off the bench, flying up and down there. That's kind of what this Celtics kind of remind me of. Except instead of Steve Nash, they got Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So they got two ball handlers that can create for everybody else and themselves. So they're going to be tough.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that they're going to be tough. I think for me, the matchup I would love to see, believe it or not, I don't want to see Lakers Celtics. I want to see, I would rather see Celtics Golden State or Celtics OKC. Like OKC is young, athletic. They play incredible defense. That would be, I think OKC beat them in Boston last time they played them. That would be a really good matchup, and that would be the test, man. That would be the test. And I think that would be the one where we would need to see Tatum really step up and be the guy that some people say he is or some people want him to be, right? Really good player, maybe a great player. If he wins back-to-back championships in Boston and maybe he gets a finals MVP out of it, maybe people start looking at him differently, but he's also in the annals of this this greatness, right? In terms of all-time legendary greatness, whether it's the Celtics or the NBA period. If you win back-to-back championships in that uniform and a finals MVP in that uniform, it's different, right? Just like if you do it in the Lakers uniform. When you do certain things in certain places, and I know you agree with me on this, Laker Nation, it's not the same as when you do it elsewhere, right? So, nobody's
repeated since us.
That's correct. Exactly. And realistically, right?
Bron ain't did it.
Right. Let's just say hypothetically, the Pistons three-peat, right? Now they've been to the finals 3 years in a row. We saw that back in the 88, 89, 90. They went to the finals 3 years in a row, but still, it would not be the same like if the Lakers did it or if the Celtics did it.
MJ killed that dynasty.
Yes, he did. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is
because they were, because that was going to be their three-peat year if they would have,
Well, no, remember they lost the first year when Isaiah messed up his ankle in Game 6 and set the record with 25 points in the third quarter, and they had a chance to win that game at the end, and then the phantom foul call on Kareem, which saved you guys and won you the 88 title. It was a phantom foul call. Don't lie.
There you go with the phantom foul.
At the end of the day, history is history, and that's the championship. But come on. No, I'm not saying the Lakers cheated, Sid Bubba, but it was a phantom foul call.
No, he said they. He said they as in other people. He didn't say Bruce. He didn't say Bruce. Don't get all defensive, Bruce.
I'm not defensive. No, I'm not defensive at all. No, I give respect where it's due, but I also tell the truth. Yeah, but no,
don't be like some of your callers get all mad and emotional.
Stop, man. Why you stop? But anyway, so no, just watching the way the Celtics started. I think Banchero had 35 or 37 in that opening game, but it was
he need help.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, he had a really good game, but a lot of times we see situations like that where a guy, needs more. Excuse me.
You got two. You got at least two guys. You got at least two guys on one team.
Excuse me. Sorry. Say that again.
That can get 30 and 40 by themselves. Two guys on one team, and it's Paulo by himself.
Well, Franz Wagner can get you 20, 25, right? He's not getting maybe 30, 40, but Paulo is nice, and then you get another 20, 25 from.
I'm saying 30, 40 guys. You got two 30, 40 guys.
I got you.
They only got one.
Right,
so
right.
So for him to be in that game, they didn't even it was the role players that stepped up in the first game. So it wasn't even them two. You got to win the game with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, or at the same time going off if you're gonna win this series.
Right.
I don't know if Orlando got enough to do it.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, kind of like Minnesota. Yeah, agreed. They just,
Lakers gonna have to beat them with Ant-Man going for 40 or 50. So
yeah, well, that's
like when you He just saying the same thing about Kobe. You gotta beat the Lakers with him going off.
Right. Yeah. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about that, what they were able to do in that opening game, and I see them continuing. I think maybe Orlando gets one. I think they probably win this series 4-1, but we'll see.
I think I'll see them sneaking and getting one. But
yeah. Quick side note: I'm watching this Nuggets Clippers game while we're talking, right? And I'm wondering, in all seriousness, when the teams have workout sessions, what is Jokic doing while everybody else is lifting?
I'm not even gonna speak on that because I don't know what.
I mean, seriously, like
Europeans are different, man. They'll smoke a cigar and drink a pint. They call it pints over there, and then go out there and drop 50.
I lived in Germany. I know what it is.
So they different, man.
No, I get it, but I'm just wondering, like what is he doing while everybody else is lifting? Is he just watching them? Like, he doesn't look like he even. Anyway, I was just curious on that, but no.
No, but those Europeans are sneaky strong, though. They look fat and out of shape, but them dudes are sneaky strong.
I'm not saying he's weak. I'm just saying, like, to your point, he looks fat and out of shape. But I'm not going to denigrate the man. It's just odd to see a professional athlete look like that, especially one that's like out here killing. But it is what it is. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna leave it there. Celtics started out about as well as you can start out in the playoffs, and again, I just want to say, like, to me, what's so scary is that anybody on that roster can go off at any given time. So if you're Orlando, I don't know what you do. Pick your poison, I guess. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
You gonna take calls on this one, or?
Yeah, looks like we got a call here. Watch, Edward is about to start whining about Jason Tatum. Watch. What's up, Edward?
No, hey, hold on, Bruce.
Here we go.
Oh, no. You doggone right. Here we go. Yeah. JT, man, you already know I'm rooting for your boy. Well, that's my guy. Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I'm glazing. So anyway, let me talk.
Whoa.
Hey, pardon the left, man. You already know what I mean, man. Chill out.
I don't know what you mean talking like that.
Bruce, chill. For all seriously though, man.
Yes.
Last night when we talked, man, so that's what I was asking about. He had the little freaky injury with his wrist, and Jaylen Brown had the knee issues and all that. That's why I was asking, like, if those two went down, what would you see who would else contribute on that team?
So I think we need one of them, right? I think we could still win it all with one of them. But if they both went down, you got major issues, right? But the contributor is Derek White and Peyton Pritchard. And realistically, Al Horford too, right? Because Al Horford can still give you 20, and obviously not to a LeBron level, but him being 1,000 years old, he's still out there running, rebounding, blocking shots. I'm like, what? So he's kept himself in great condition. So there's a number of guys that can be legitimate contributors on this team. Oh, Porzingis too. We forgetting Porzingis.
You forgetting about Drew Holiday.
There you go. So the point I'm trying to make is there are a number of guys on that roster that can be legitimate contributors if one of the big guns goes down.
Yeah, now when you said one of the big guns, let's just speak hypothetically. If it was Jaylen Brown and JT carried them all the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I'm going. You know where I'm going to go with it. Can he be that, Bruce?
Can he be what?
The next person with the face of the league.
Look, man, I don't know what is your obsession with Tatum being the face of the league. For me, listen. For me, I can't answer the question because I don't care. I don't care. All I care about is him balling out and helping bring titles to Boston, raising more banners. What he's doing. I don't care. So I don't care about the face of the league. That doesn't mean anything to. I don't care. All I care about is him bringing more chips to Boston and giving Laker Nation pain. That's what I care about.
Okay, I know that you don't care because you told me plenty of times
if you don't care about that. However, but you know the media is going to bring that into conversation.
They will.
Because he has the accolades, he has the accomplishments and everything. For him to be this young doing that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was like, I'm rooting for the guy. I really am rooting for him. You know, I like JT. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me have to call his mom. You know what I'm saying? Call his mom on you and all
like,
that.
What was that? You want me to go to the Hawks locker room? Like, yo, like, what? Why would you? Anyway, that was disgusting.
I was gonna bring that up to you. How you felt about that? But man,
you know how I felt about it. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Like, what's she gonna go over there and do? What's she gonna go over there and do? Like, yo, shut up, lady. Go sit down.
Screaming, yelling, shake her finger.
Do you want me to go to the Hawks, the Magic locker room for what? To do what? Get out of here.
This being also, but this is another thing too, Bruce. You know, they're already saying in the media this might be another easier path because look, like last year it was an easier path for y'all to make it to the finals. So they're saying right now, basically, Magic, they are terrible. They are ranked 28th in offense.
Yeah, but they have one of the best records against the Celtics over the last 3 years of any team in the league. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but that is weird because I know that what's his name, Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner.
He can give you between. Yeah, he can give you. He has to be consistent. He can give you about 25 to 30. He can do that. And I know they got Jalen Suggs. He's out for the season. I saw him at his girlfriend WNBA draft. I didn't know he was dating her. You know, but he's another one. And they got a guy, I think his name is Cole Anthony, coming off the bench. He's not really consistent like that, but they do need something in KCP. He's just a 3-and-D guy. So, yeah, I can see how this being a gentleman's sweep, 4-1. So this one's going to be a 4-1. So who do y'all play after when y'all beat Orlando?
Hey, man, listen, I do one thing at a time.
Man, you should know this, man. I thought you might know this.
No, really, I don't know how the seeds play out because I can't remember if they reseed or not.
Okay, and then I see that man, I don't know what's going on with Cat, man. Like, dude, you only got 10 points and 6 boards, man. You really is, man. Like I said, he's gonna have to be the key factor in that. And plus, the New York Knicks, they only have a guy named McBride only has scored 8 points off the bench. Who else contributing from the Knicks? So I can see Detroit putting them out, man. I can see them.
Remember, I said it. I said Detroit is going to win this series. Remember, I said that.
I do, because like Cat, man, like Cat, he's being too soft, man.
Right.
Like straight up, man. How you gonna only have 10 points and 6 rebounds?
Yeah, I don't.
And Jalen Brunson, he doing what he can. He's being consistent. He had another 30-point game, but hey, shout out to Cade Cunningham, man. He was doing his thing. He had a double-double. I'm like, look at Tobias Harris. When I didn't, I'm like, okay, wow, 76ers. Look what y'all, Eddie. Look what he's doing.
Right.
That's Joel Embiid for you. I'm gonna move on from that. Ain't that right, Bruce?
Yes, Edward. Yes.
What was that?
Bruce, y'all will play the winner of the Detroit Knicks series. If y'all beat Orlando, they're the 3-6 matchup.
Either way, not a rollover. So whatever. You're gonna he's gonna do the work, man. That's all there is to it. We just gotta do.
Hey, but tell him, Bruce, the facts on the numbers.
Hey, you don't start, man. Don't start.
That's true, man. Hey, he got a point. He did make a point, but yeah, that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know I had to call in for JT, man. You know
I know you did, even though he wasn't even the guy in game 1. But okay.
No, he really wasn't the guy in game 1. But you know, Derek White.
Tell me that.
I know Derek White. I said like, okay, if it's not going to be your 2 superstars, then you got Jalen. You know, not Jalen. I'm sorry. You got Derek White. Then you got Porzingis. So yeah. So basically, I think he's on. As long as he stays healthy and everything goes right with the risk and everything like that, and hopefully Jaylen Brown. Hey, look, man, I ain't no Lakers, but hey, look, I just love the game, man. I just love the game, okay? I just love the game. So it's gonna be like that, bro. I mean, hey, I'm not in the museum or nothing like that. Not going back, man.
Don't even
talking
start.
About now.
Don't even
we talking about today's game.
Don't even start. I'm watching today's game and watching the Clippers just shooting threes with 4 defenders under the basket and nobody even attempting to rebound for them, but they still take it. I'm like, come on, man. They never heard no rebounds, no rings. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's crazy because like they gave that game up game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what happened with him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. But man, I'm gonna let y'all do it, man. I know this is the end of the topic, man. Hey,
man.
Everybody hit that like and subscribe, man. All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Thank you, Edward. You too, brother.
All right.
All right, man. We're gonna leave it right there, y'all. I appreciate everybody who hung around with us tonight while we talked a little sports. Thanks for showing up for us. Thanks for supporting the show as always. Thanks for the calls. Thanks for the chats. We appreciate it. And
tune in to see me interview this guy over here on Saturday at 6:30 on Be Ready Sports. And I didn't know that I was going to have a quick debate, but that offer still stands. I duck no smoke. It says right there on the screen, young disciple.
Kawhi Leonard.
If you want it, come on my show. We'll set it up a date, and boom, we'll go at it for 2 hours. And I'll be prepared for a debate, even though I stay ready.
All right, y'all. All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. Again, thanks for joining. We'll be back with you on Wednesday, and we out. Peace.